here's the thing. Anybody can handle trash. It's just the size of the bucket that you got to put the trash in. Hello and welcome to the illustrious DisplayShelf Podcast. I am Garrett, joined today, as usual, by Isaac.
Hello, hello.
And Jacob.
Good evening, gentlemen, and this wonderful Monday evening.
Indeed,
Raw is going on right now, too.
It do be a Monday, so if we casually drop that things are happening during Raw, sorry, we normally do that. Unless we get the wild hair to record on a Sunday, but you know. But we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff today. We're going to talk about toys. We're going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about our top 5 favorite movies, and I hope that's why you're here, because we're going to talk about it soon. But first, Isaac, got anything that you've added to your collection this week?
You know what? It's actually a bit of a light one for me. You know, big change of pace. You know, hot off the last few weeks at this point, where I spent way too much money on stuff. Go check out those episodes to hear about all of that good stuff, including a potential chase pickup. Find out if I actually got that in our past episode.
Ooh.
However, I did get a few things, nothing crazy at this point. So our Target actually stocked Pokemon cards on the shelf for the first time in forever. And I'm not talking about just like, right? But like, it wasn't even just like the blister pack, the single packs that we found at Target a couple weeks ago. There was like full collection boxes, like several of them too, like at least 10 of them were there on the shelf. So I got one of those. It was the Cynthia and Cynthia's Garchomp collector's box. I think it had like 6 packs in it, maybe. I didn't pull a single thing, which was fantastic. Not even an EX. So that was great. However, it did come with some standees, like little plastic standees. So I got a Cynthia, a Roserade, Garchomp, Spiritomb, Gibble, Roselia, and Ultra Ball standees. So at least that's something. Not
Packs?
great, but it's something.
How many packs was it?
I think 6. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
I feel like you need to get a hit out of at least 6. That's crazy.
And then they had some of the single packs hanging up too, and I got 2 of those. Nothing there either. So we're looking good.
That's wild.
Other than
so cool. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna move on. Other than that, at the Target that same day, actually, I found some pretty cool pop figures. So they are some sort of special Funko. I can't tell which one they are, like what collection it's from or anything like that. But they are from the Spider-Man show from the 90s. They're themed after that. So I got a Green Goblin and then a symbiote suit Spider-Man.
Ooh.
Yeah. And the symbiote suit Spider-Man is cool too, because it's got that like little shades of blue on there, like kind of how they shaded it back in the 90s show.
Yeah, the cell shading or whatever.
Yeah, that one's
awesome.
super sick. But that's really it for
show.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. I need to watch more of it. I've seen a couple episodes, but yeah, that's really it, other than I have a new Target in my sights, which at this point I probably will already have in my collection by the time this episode comes out.
Ooh.
I don't know if you've kept an eye on the old Instagram from our local toy store.
I did.
On Friday.
In fact, I was going to message him about something, but then he put up that thing that they're on vacation, and I was like, better
That's
not.
why I haven't gone yet.
Yeah, same. Probably won't go until they're back.
Yeah.
He's back today, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I think they're open, but it's not him who's there.
Yeah, and they're not doing holds or anything right now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But so on Friday, I think it was Friday, he posted that he has an Ultimate Edition Alexa Bliss in stock.
I did see that. Was that the same post where he had the Ultimate Edition Ric Flair too?
I think it might be. I'm actually pulling it up right now. Awkward silence.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Sorry, I follow a news page that's called Real News No BS, except not BS, on Instagram. And their top story right now is that 40 ice cream companies in the U.S. have committed from removing the artificial dyes from their products by the end of 2027.
Interesting.
Because that's the problem with eating an entire pint of ice cream.
Yeah, nothing else.
Nothing else. It's all right. It's fine. I mean, who has not downed an entire pint of Ben & Jerry's?
You'd be lying if you said you didn't.
I hate to say that. I want to say I haven't, but oh yes, I sure have.
What is the best Ben & Jerry's flavor before we move any farther?
You know, I don't really know. I don't have a whole lot of Ben & Jerry's often.
I rotate betwixt. What am I?
Who does this guy think he is?
Yeah,
is there a Twix flavor? Is there a Twix flavor?
I don't know. I can't have Twix.
That'd be good.
Food allergies.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
But the Cherry Garcia, which is cherry embedded vanilla ice cream, phenomenal. And then there is like a chocolate cheesecake of some variety that I'm suddenly forgetting what it is. Ben and Jerry's. This is a riveting segment. It's just me Googling stuff. Cheesecake flavors. It's gotta be, it's this one. The come on. Caramel chocolate cheesecake. Phenomenal. Because it's got like hunks of like cream cheese in it. And like, here's the thing. There's two things in this world that can be considered a weakness of mine. Chocolate and cheese. And that's it. So anyway, I do think it was Friday. Is it this one? There's the Alexa Bliss, yeah. Which I think that the Fiend is in that same wave, which he might have loose.
I think he does. I might have seen it, yeah.
Ooh, he's got a British Bulldog. It's a riveting segment. That Seth Rollins figure, the one with the robe, the ultimate one, it's one of my favorite figures in my collection. I think I've talked about it before, but it's such a good figure. It is not this post. Oh, it might be this.
Could be that one, yeah.
Yeah, there's the Fiend.
Yeah, I thought I saw him on there somewhere.
Oh, yep.
Fiend.
And there's
Fiend.
Ric Flair.
There's Ric Flair.
I'd like that one. I'm sure it's gone already because that's how these types of things roll. But yeah. There you go.
So yeah, that would be my next target. But other than that, that's about it.
Indeed.
On the topic of Ben & Jerry's,
yes.
I think the best ones are anything core, so brownie core or
those
chocolate chip cookie dough core. And my two favorites in general are milk and cookies, and I want to say, it's surprisingly not cookie dough. I think my other one is Chunky Monkey.
Ooh.
Chunky
Can't go wrong
monkey.
there.
Isaac, what's your favorite ice cream, even if not Ben and Jerry's?
You know, at Dairy Queen, they have a Blizzard that's like a chocolate extreme, like chocolate brownie extreme or something like that. And that's fire ooze.
Yeah, that sounds
So
pretty
I'd say
good.
that's probably, yeah, it's got like chunks of brownie and, those little chocolate, they're not chips, but they're like like the little square pieces. And of course it's chocolate ice cream and there's like some chocolate fudge mixed in there. So if you like chocolate and can handle a lot of it, it's good stuff.
If you can handle a lot of it. I like that preface there.
Yeah, because some people they're like, oh, chocolate can get to be a lot, which it can be.
It can.
Not in this case.
If you've got the right kind of chocolate and you've got too much of it, it's a little bit too much. Like, I think you can only have so much dark chocolate, and I'm a big dark chocolate guy.
Same.
So if we're talking about the best ice cream, now I will die on the hill that I am a Cold Stone Creamery cake batter ice cream fiend. I will eat that in droves if I can get my hands on it.
There you go. I've honestly, I don't think
that.
I've ever had Cold Stone. Just,
It's been
I don't know if it was an allergy thing or if I just haven't.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not sure what the allergy situation is, but yeah, it's definitely if you're cleared for it, it's definitely worth a try, I would say.
Noted. Except we'd have to go down to Texas so that we can go to Stone Cold's Cold Stone Creamery.
That's true.
Oh, yeah,
Because Stone Cold said so.
All right.
Stone Cold Creamery.
Jacob, what have you got for us this week when it comes to your collection?
So this is a case where it's something that's actually not a physical item, but are you guys familiar with Counter-Strike?
Oh no, you haven't started opening cases, have you?
Well, I mean, maybe.
I know nothing about this, but when Isaac starts going, oh no.
You're not Tim. You're not Tim, Jacob.
So what we do in this, I haven't played it in probably 3 years, and I had the itch to use money to unbox cases, and I got a reasonable amount. I only got 8. That's a reasonable amount. And are these things in the game where you have a 1 in 385 chance to get a rare knife.
Did you get
And I got one. I got one in my second case.
Oh my gosh.
I got one in my second case. And
that's pretty sick.
And I didn't even have reaction. It was like at midnight last night. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Like, I opened up the game. I downloaded the game again. I opened up a case, the second one. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! This is how they get you. This is how they get me. That's how they get you. And now I've started playing the game a bit more, so they got me. They got me good.
Got you.
What knife was it?
It was a Nomad knife. And it was Night Stripe pattern. It was Battle Scar, which actually makes it look kind of cool. I won't lie.
Nice.
But yeah, it's kind of cool. And I looked at it. I mean, I went to this to see how much it were. I can sell it on Steam. Most recent sale was $250. So
okay,
I will take that for sure.
Wow.
So deciding I might sell it because I'd like to get some Steam games.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't realize you could sell those kind of things. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, so you can sell them.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so you can sell them for real cash, but you'll get not as much. Right. But you can go to you can sell them for Steam funds and then get games. So that'd be worth it to do.
Some of those knives are thousands and thousands of dollars.
I know, it's crazy.
I think there's one that's $20,000, something like that.
There are some that reach millions. There have been some that reach millions of dollars in sales, which is crazy. I mean, I'll never get that one, obviously, but I'm happy with what I got, and that's I think I'm not gonna open anymore though. Yeah, like $35 to get a $250 knife. I am not complaining at all for sure. So that was fun.
So if you take anything away from that, start gambling, kids.
Yeah, 90% of gamblers quit with it big. So
don't do that.
Gamble responsibly.
Don't do that. I would not recommend.
I mean, know your limits, as they say in the 1-800-GAMBLER commercial.
Yes, know your limits. I would say don't do it expecting anything in return. Do it if you want to have fun and to do something, and you have the income to do that. But otherwise, I would not recommend it.
Set a budget. Simple as that.
Yes,
I don't know.
Please set a budget.
I don't know.
Speaking of setting a budget, what did you get, Garrett?
Okay. So, I'd like to mention, as a bit of an excuse for my lacking toys this week, I did buy an amplifier, which set me back quite a bit and blew some of the toy budget that I was going to do. For those wondering, it's a Marshall Class 5. It's just for here in the office. It's great. Phenomenal. That being said, there are still toys. And there was an order placed on the Mattel website that will be here soon. That we'll talk about next podcast. But for now, I present to you. I did find this guy. I got another one of these. These are the retro carded Cobra Troopers from G.I. Joe Classified series. They're pretty cool. I'm going to use this guy for custom fodder, probably. Or at least just... I'm cutting off this thing. This overlay strap thing. I don't want it. And I want to see if he moves better and whatnot. So, there's that.
As he shows us on his camera gimmick.
Oh, yes. The camera gimmick is on.
That's audio podcast gimmick.
Yep. Gotta
it's tradition.
Gotta do the bit. That brings us to Blowtorch. Full fireproof suit, flamethrower, removable helmet and mask. This guy's a lot cooler than I thought he was gonna be. If I'm honest, it's cool.
That's fire, Oos.
It moves around pretty decent for like what's a rather kind of bulky figure, even compared to the Cobra Trooper. And then finally, you know how like sometimes you have a rough day or a rough week or something, and so you go to the store and you buy some toys. So that was me. I was moderately later than I thought I was going to be to this podcast because I had to go to the Walmart for some stuff, and I picked up the AEW Supreme John Moxley. I'm kind of riding a little bit of a AEW mood because of All In this weekend, which I actually did watch, and we'll talk about that now.
Really? Yeah. I mean,
in terms of if we want to talk about what we watched this week, I guess, or this podcast cycle or whatever we want to call it. But yeah, so that's all for me.
Cool.
So in terms of what I've been watching this week, a lot of wrestling, and it's been a lot less watching than listening because I've been pulling some long hours at work. So I finished the Thrawn, the third book in the Thrawn trilogy, the Thrawn Treason. Pretty good. Parts of it were a little okay. We're on this bit for a little too long, but it was good overall. And then I started The Godfather because that's how you transition from one book to another.
Oh yeah.
The first chapter of that audiobook was 2.5 hours long.
Jeez.
Yeah, about as long as the movie, I think. But it's a good book. It's a very well written book. You start to understand the relationship that these characters have with the Godfather. Other than that, like I mentioned, I did buy and watch All In on Saturday, and it was very good. To the point that I'm watching Dynamite on Wednesday. I've already like kind of set aside the time for it. Because we do a little bit of wrestling talk, and I'm sure we're going to do a little bit of wrestling talk in a minute. So I do have some notes just for the group that are not going to make any sense to anybody that has watched it unless you find it on the Internet Archive in 2 weeks. I didn't say that. Yeah, we're 20 minutes into the podcast. That's clear. So right out of the gate, I'm going to go over a couple of negative things about the show. The show itself, not counting the pre-show, which went 2 hours, was 6 hours long.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's a bit much. Wee bit much. Now, it did go from 3 to 9 o'clock, so could have been a lot worse in terms of like it could have had a start time of like 6 o'clock and gone on to midnight. Still a lot of wrestling. Per Fightful, it was the longest professional wrestling show since WrestleMania 35, which was like another 7-hour show, including pre-shows and stuff. What did I put here? The sequencing of the matches was really weird. They considered it a triple main event with Tony Storm, Mercedes, the Okada Omega, and the Texas Death Match. And so they put all three of those at the end of the card. And I'm like, okay, I want to invest fully in all of these. So when there's 5 minutes in between the matches, I can't necessarily decompress from some of the matches. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's a lot to put back to back to back.
That would be like putting the women's triple threat at WrestleMania 42 right before the Cody John Cena match, like,
yeah.
Huh? Yeah. So that was a little bit strange, especially because I don't think that the trios match to start the show was very good. Like, it was fine. It was aggressively fine, right? Mechanically, it was good, but I kind of didn't care. Right. I really love the Casino Gauntlet stipulation. So it's kind of like a Royal Rumble, but an actual match. So the only way to win it is somebody gets pinned or submitted, but at random intervals, a random person will come out until the match is over. So in theory, it could never end and the entire roster will be out. Or,
interesting.
In theory, the first two wrestlers come out, somebody rolls somebody up, and the match is over. So it's kind of an interesting stipulation, and it was agented. Both of them were agented pretty well. I can't talk today. From the pre-show, the Outrunners are fun. If you ever just find YouTube clips of them, it's like an 80s tribute tag team, and it's phenomenal. On a more serious note, Adam Cole had to vacate the TNT title due to concussion issues. We wish him the best. We're hoping that it's not a retirement thing, but you know how the concussion thing kind of goes. So we do send the good vibes to Adam Cole. I don't know why my video's still on. That brings us to the main events. Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm. Tony Storm actually winning that match was a bit of a surprise to me, but it was a very welcome one. this felt like part one of a 3-part trilogy. So 3 3/4 star for me. I'm doing star ratings because I feel like it. Okada and Kenny was astounding.
As it should be.
I still felt like they were holding something back, but I also don't know if it was they're holding something back or I don't mean to sound like, oh, everybody's getting older and all of this, but it's been like their last match together was like 2018. A lot can happen in 6 years. You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely.
That being said, it was still a 4 3/4 star match. So, but oh my gosh, I jumped out of my seat and cried during Hangman's entrance because he brought back the old theme song, which he's been a heel for like the past couple years now. And it was just, and he switched his theme song when he turned heel. So him bringing this back to vanquish evil John Moxley was phenomenal. So that, and you want to talk about a wee bit of a brutal match. I don't know if anybody's seen some clips from that, but
seen a couple.
Yeah, it was a good match if you're into that sort of thing. It got a little WrestleMania 40E with the finish, with a bunch of the baby faces come down to help with the heels, but it was very good and it was all very earned, and Bryan Danielson showed back up and it was awesome. So there you go, 5 stars. That's all I'm going to say about All In. I'll let somebody else bring up the WWE matches, but Isaac, what are you kind of watching on this week?
Oh, I've got way too much to talk about here.
Wait, do you want Jacob to go first?
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
All right, Jacob, go first.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Well, actually, a couple things. I've recently started a marathon of watching Tim Robinson stuff. So I watched I watched the first season of I Think You Should Leave, the sketch comedy show. And I also watched the both season of Detroiters as well. And it was pretty good, honestly.
Detroiters is a fun one. I had fun with that show.
It's a fun one to watch. I wish it was longer. I wanted some more of it, but two seasons not too bad. And I still got a lot to go on the Tim Robinson sketch comedy, which I think some hit and some miss, but I think some, like the ones that hit, really hit. I think it's really funny. The certain ones are really funny. That's the main stuff I was watching. I also I'm not very caught up on this season of anime yet, but I know there's a lot of good stuff that came out. I'm hoping to try to watch a little bit these coming weeks, and hopefully, and there's a lot of like really popular stuff happening. So excited to see if it's held up to the past seasons they've been going on with. So
give it a couple minutes and I'll be there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been honestly like I've also been watching like a lot of documentaries. I don't know, just sports stuff. They have a new season of the NFL quarterbacks show on Netflix, the documentary. So I started watching that a little bit, the first couple episodes. But besides that, that's kind of been what I've been doing. I've been watching a lot of Netflix stuff lately.
There you go, getting your money's worth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I actually borrow it from my dad's account, so it's even better, even more money's worth.
Paying for it.
Phenomenal.
But I do have to do that stupid 14-day thing where I got every 14 days I gotta get a new code.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yes, every 14 days you're not on your home network. It makes you do a temporary code.
Oh, okay.
Very annoying, but it's also not too bad.
Well, that's nice. So that means. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, you're good. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that means I can send my Netflix with my younger brother when he goes to school.
Yeah. So yeah, and like the sad part is though that if you're not part of the household, you're not allowed to aircast or stream to a TV or anything like that. So you have to use like your laptop or phone if you want to stream to a TV. You have to actually
Okay.
plug it in. You can't aircast, which is a bummer, but also I understand that they don't want you to do that, like kind of those loopholes and whatnot. I tried every way I thought I could think of to do it. Like I tried like messing with airplane mode too, just to see if that bug still work, and it doesn't. So, but you know what? That's okay.
Yeah. We love the little random
But
bugs that allow us to do things.
yes, but yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Isaac, where do you want to start?
All right. Well, I'll start with a movie that I saw in the theater last week.
Oh.
Sure, we'll call it last week. I saw the new Jurassic World movie. I think it's called Rebirth.
Oh,
Yeah,
how was that?
To steal your terms, it was aggressively fine.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let me put it this way. It was a Jurassic Park movie that wasn't the first one.
Yep. Okay.
So that was fine.
So it's fine.
It's fine.
It's-
There were dinosaurs. There was some action.
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
They
action.
had big dinosaur action. So they ran with the story from it's not directly correlated, but if you guys saw Jurassic World, the first one with Chris Pratt,
I did see the
Yes.
mutated a dinosaur and made it super cool, like beyond evolution and whatnot.
Right.
Which I think in that movie worked fairly well. They tried to do something similar with another dinosaur in Rebirth, and if I remember correctly, it was supposed to be a mix of like, a dinosaur, obviously, an alien, a xenomorph from Alien,
Huh?
and it kind of looked like maybe a little bit of Predator in there as well.
All right. Interesting.
It looked kind of cool. The problem is so in Jurassic World they kind of showed you the upbringing of the Indominus Rex and,
yeah, how they made the
kind of
thing and yeah.
Yeah. But with Rebirth, they started it off in this lab. I won't get into too many spoilers, but they started it off, they showed it being like super aggressive and stuff, and then they just didn't show it again until the last 15 minutes of the movie, if that.
Wow.
So there was no build up. It just kind of showed up and was like, "Hey, remember this from the start of the movie? Yeah, it's here now to ruin people's day."
Yeah,
Other
that's a
than
little
that,
wild.
the movie was fine. Post Jurassic Park movie.
Aggressively of the fine variety.
Aggressively fine.
There's
Somewhat,
a lot of those
couple
movies
decent
lately.
characters, but there is. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Praying for Fantastic Four, man.
Oh my gosh, I know. I feel like that one's got to hit. You can't.
Got to. It's
I
got
don't
Pedro
know.
Pascal in it.
Right.
Exactly. We're feeling fantastic.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? We're feeling fantastic.
Speaking of Marvel movies, did I talk about the new Captain America movie on the podcast before?
I think so. Maybe,
but I know that I have not brought up this nitpick. Here's the thing. I not of the Captain America movie itself, but there's a particular aspect that I have seen in movies many a time when trying to watch them at home. Let's be real. How many of us are really watching a movie on the big screen more than twice at most?
I can
More
think
than
of
twice?
maybe 3 that I've seen
Right.
more than
I don't think
that.
I don't think I've ever done that more than twice on a big screen.
I was going to say, it's got to be a good movie. So, when they shoot these movies with these IMAX cameras and whatnot, it has a different aspect ratio. And the problem with a movie like Captain America Brave New World, if you're watching it on your television or, in my case, my computer, the aspect ratio will change between shots.
Yep.
And it's
that
annoying.
would be That's jarring for sure. Like to have that keep happening.
It really is. And the worst movie I have ever seen because of this very reason, although it is probably the worst movie I've ever seen for a couple of other reasons, is the 5th Michael Bay Transformers movie. Because every other shot is a different aspect ratio. And they rotate between like 5. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done now.
That's good, because strap yourselves in, because I've got a lot to talk about. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that.
Locked in.
So, as Jacob mentioned, the new season of anime did start. Before I get to that real quick, I did finish Apothecary Diaries Season 2. Fantastic. Good stuff. I mentioned that I talked about it a little bit more in the previous episode, but the finale wasn't out yet when we were talking about that, and so that came out. I watched it. It was great. Looking forward to a potential season 3 whenever that happens. However, this season we have a lot, and I mean a lot, of new shows. To put it this way, I'm currently watching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with 2 more on the way. So, watching quite a few. I won't talk about all of them here on the old display shelf, just because they don't really belong. But, yeah. So, the most popular one right now, it's called Dandadan. So basically, this guy really likes aliens, really believes in aliens and whatever. And then there's this girl who really believes in ghosts and that stuff. And the two of them, they don't believe in each other's thing. So like, he doesn't believe in ghosts at all. She doesn't believe in aliens. So naturally, she gets abducted by aliens. He gets possessed by a ghost, and they get powers. And this is how I will describe it, especially after seeing episode 2 of the second season. I've never done acid, but that's kind of what it feels like to watch this show. I'm not sure if I like it, but it's definitely there.
Interesting.
Let's see.
It's like, hey, like, this is just the start. I mean, if you're confused now, it's not going to get any better.
It doesn't get any better. No, in fact, you might be more confused once you start watching it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just going down the list here. What's next? Kaiju number 8, season 2 is coming soon. I think maybe end of this week. Which very much looking forward to that. Call of the Night season 2, pretty good. Decent show. Sakamoto Days part 2 dropped today, actually, so I haven't watched it yet, but first season, I remember we talked about it a little bit earlier on in our podcast life cycle.
Indeed.
That was quite good, so I'm excited to catch up on that. Dr. Stone. I think it's the final season. Don't quote me on that. Dr. Stone is fantastic. Fantastic. And I'm not talking 4. So it's basically Earth freezes over for like, not freezes, but like all life gets turned into stone for like thousands of years. So basically life is resetting. 2,000 years, or not 2,000, but some thousand years in the future. And they basically, all the humans basically turn into like cavemen again. So this kid who's like super smart with science and stuff like that is basically building back from the Stone Ages using the science knowledge that he has now, like from modern day.
Oh yeah.
And so he's like rebuilding life from there. And so if you're big into science, it's really good. And I'm very looking forward to the rest of this season. Let's see. And then there is potentially, it's not my favorite. I won't lie and say it's my favorite, but my favorite thematically, we'll put it that way. It is called, let me get the proper name here.
Oh boy. Could be a long one.
Reborn as a vending machine, I now wander the dungeon.
Oh
is
my
what it's called.
gosh. You guys keep going. I need to step away for just a minute.
Okay. All right. So yeah, reborn as a vending machine. This guy, like, I don't remember exactly how it happened, but it's your classic isekai trope of, you know, he dies this crazy death, and I think he got crushed by a vending machine or something like that in a car accident. And so he gets reborn into this like fantasy world as a vending machine. And it's hilariously stupid. But the best part of it is there's some like actually decent fight scenes in it, that's the craziest part. Because like it's called Reborn as a vending machine. You wouldn't think it would have, you know, entertaining fights to it, but it's kind of clever how they use him as a tool, we'll put it that way, to get through those fights.
Like usually the shows with long names like that kind of flop, but this one, from what I've heard, is it's a special one.
It's something.
That's a heck of a concept. I mean,
yeah, that's the reason I watched it. I watched the first season last year, I want to say it came out, because I was like, they're making this show about someone who got turned into a vending machine.
it's kind of sick.
That's wild.
If you were turned into a vending machine, what would be the first thing you would do?
Get a nice old root beer.
Root
beer. All right.
I don't know if we're playing by the laws of this show. I could shapeshift into different types of vending machines.
What?
So I don't know. Yeah, he can. So he discovers or earns the ability to, or something. But anything that you like put money into and then it distributes an item, he's able to transform into. And this is part of what makes the fight scene so interesting. So obviously his normal state is he's just a regular like food vending machine, but
Right.
he transformed into in this most recent fight this giant ice maker.
Oh, that's
and
great.
So he shot ice everywhere, and then he's transformed into like a car wash hose, basically. You know, those ones you can put coins into and it'll,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah.
like a
limited amount of time. Like self-serve
like a pressure washer thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. The possibilities are endless.
Indeed.
That's all I will mention from the new anime season. Like I said, there's a couple more, but won't talk about those on the podcast. But you can go to websites like, I don't know, My Anime List or something like that and kind of look at some of the other popular ones. And I'm probably watching them.
Indeed.
Perhaps.
So moving on from there and closer to our wrestling, I watched Evolution from 2018.
Oh.
The first Evolution show earlier this week, you know, in preparation for Evolution 2, which occurred at the time of recording yesterday.
Indeed.
That's a fun show, man. I'll tell you what.
How is the rewatch value on that one? Because I've not gotten around to watch it.
You know what? It's pretty good. Most of the matches, if not all of them, are actually pretty solid. And what I found the most interesting, and maybe this is just part of, I haven't gone back to watch a lot of shows from,
Right.
late 2010s and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting to watch, like, where these women were at in 2018 versus where they were now.
Yes.
Like the one that really got me was the Mae Young Classic, where it was at this point Io Shirai,
right.
aka Io Sky, versus Toni Storm.
Yeah, man.
Neither of them were, main roster, or even, I don't even know if Io was technically signed yet.
No, I don't think they were. I think that
Tony was on NXT UK.
Oh, okay. I didn't even. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But I don't think Io was signed yet. And then you looked at it from a modern day perspective. Both of them just headlined
massive
events as world champions.
Oh yeah. Yep. Indeed. So kind of cool.
That was kind of cool, yeah. And then obviously the one that I was like, yo, that's crazy, is the tag match between Sasha, Bailey. Who else was in that match? I don't remember who else was on that team, and that's really upsetting because it was someone big, and I'm just completely missing it. But
was it Riot Squad?
That's the Riot Squad match, yeah. But there was one more person on Bailey and Sasha's team, and I can't for the life of me remember who it was.
Yeah. It's crazy to think how long ago 2018 was. That's crazy how long it's been.
Yeah, I mean,
who was it? Yeah, but that match was. Oh yeah, that match was awesome though, and I'll tell you what. For the Riot Squad, that was tag team wrestling at its finest.
Yeah, no, they were a good team back in the day. That whole event is on the WWE Vault.
Huh.
That's
interesting.
Cool.
But that was a very fun match to watch.
Yeah.
Because that's pink hair Liv. It's
right. Oh, it was Sasha Banks, Bailey, and a mainstay of the women's roster in any age, Natalya.
Oh, it was Natty. That's right. Yeah. I don't know how I forgot about that. And then, of course, you had the Charlotte versus Becky last woman standing match to main event.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which that was a really good match.
Was that before or was that after Survivor Series? No, Survivor Series was after this. Yeah, Survivor Series was after this because that was in the build to Survivor Series that year. That's when they have the segment where Nia Jax punches Becky in the face and breaks her nose on camera. And she ends up having to pull out of Survivor Series and becomes the man and all of this other stuff. So it's a cool one.
Yeah, that was a fun little blast from the past that I got to experience, and I'm very glad I did.
Indeed.
However, speaking of Evolution, that happened. Evolution 2.
Yes, it did happen.
It did. And I'm going to, before we really get into it, I'm going to throw out something that I said to you while we were watching it.
Mm-hmm.
At least in terms of WWE programming. Yep. Far and away the best PLE of the year. It's not close.
Yeah, I think so.
There wasn't a single match that I considered to be like meh or bad. Everyone was at least like pretty good, if not fantastic.
I completely agree. Even the Battle Royal was pretty solid. I mean, there at the end, it was, I think, because I did star ratings for this too. I did not do Saturday night main event star ratings because I was watching All In and then only like caught the Gunther Goldberg match, and it was aggressively fine. Yeah. But
it went on for a long time, though, it seemed like, or for a good amount of time.
Yeah. Longer than I thought.
The Goldberg match?
Yeah, the Goldberg. It wasn't like 15-ish minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it went for 15 minutes. And Goldberg has that. He's got the Goldberg rule, you know, which is the longer the match is, statistically, the kind of worse it is. I don't think that it was.
Oh.
I don't think that it's bad by any means. I have to get your bingo cards out. I have written down aggressively fine.
Oh, I take that off my box.
Yep.
Let's go.
And them cutting off his retirement speech.
That was weird.
That was petty. I part of me wonders if it's on purpose, but I kind of doubt it. There is talk today, being Monday, about there being, they had planned more around Seth potentially cashing in, but obviously he got injured in his match with LA Knight, to the point that they had to call an audible and LA Knight had to go over, so it must be pretty bad.
Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out.
Indeed. That's a shame. That's a shame that he got injured. But
yeah,
in terms of evolution, I think that the lowest match on the card is like a 2.5 for me. So like, that's it.
Which one was that, do you think?
Probably one of the ones that I don't remember happened.
The NXT match, maybe?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is a shame because I really like Jordan Grace as a wrestler when she gets put up with the right dance partner. I think that JC Jane is a good candidate for NXT.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I would even say that she is a good NXT champion in terms of the character that she's got, and she's mechanically sound in the ring, but I don't know if it's a character thing or a booking thing or what, but there's still something that is developmental about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Again, nothing against her. She's doing great. She's, and I think they were even talking about it on commentary, she has come a long way in the past couple of years from the matches and the clips that I've seen, but you know, there's still something missing there. The Blake Monroe heel turn, if you can even call it that. Cool.
Heel.
Cool.
We're really speed running that Tony Storm thing. I think this is a good way to get Jordan Grace out of NXT, though.
That's what I was thinking, is like, so
it's time. It's time.
I actually saw, because they taped TNA before Evolution, and I saw that JC had won the match before the match had even started.
Oh,
so
I didn't even know.
I knew what was going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're doing that whole title for title thing, winner take all.
Yeah, so
with the
Master Slamovich has to win that.
Yeah. 100%. But yeah, so I was like, okay,
I mean,
let me theory
unless
craft how they're gonna have Jordan lose.
right.
And so I called the Blake Monroe heel turn.
Yeah. It'll be good.
Yeah.
I think that Jordan Grace Blake Monroe is gonna be good.
It'll be great. Yeah.
It'll be it'll be great. That being said, I don't really watch NXT, so maybe I'll watch it in isolation at some point after it happens. But we'll see.
We'll see.
I have written here, I missed the tag match.
Oh, you did miss the tag match.
I did miss the tag match.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Isaac and I watched it on Discord last night, so that's why we're talking.
I really enjoyed that tag match.
Yeah, it seemed like it was trending in a good direction. I did catch the... Was that spot kind of towards the end where it was Zarya goes to spear like Alexa, but then Charlotte pulls her out of the way?
Yep, and she spears Soul.
And isn't that how Raquel and Roxanne get the pin on Soul?
Something like that. Yeah, that was at least like that was
a factor.
How it got there.
Right.
Yeah, I guess my only complaint with the match is that the ending felt a little bit abrupt.
Yeah,
kind of like, all right, yeah. But other than that, I very much enjoyed it. We'll see who takes on Raquel and Roxanne at SummerSlam potentially.
Indeed. I imagine that's got to be Alexa and Charlotte.
It has to be, yeah.
Unless you're putting the Kabuki Warriors in there, and I'm like you. I kind of do what?
I'm fine with that either way.
Oh yeah. I thought you said something else that I was gonna have to bleep, and I'm not exactly sure why my brain thought that. Yeah, that'll be good. Hopefully,
we interrupt this program.
I almost wondered though if you had mentioned something to me about last night about Asuka turning heel on Kairi.
Yeah, which is
that could be good.
I thought maybe it was going to happen at Evolution, but maybe just to kind of give it that oomph.
Yeah,
but maybe they'll still run with that. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's see. Bailey, Becky, Lyra was great.
Oh yes,
that was a great match.
A good one.
I'd say that was probably my second favorite match of the whole night.
Yeah, I would agree.
Really good opener.
It really was. It was very fast paced and it was very good.
Very good. However, it doesn't beat out, or do we want to maybe talk about Jade and Naomi and the Battle Royal and
I mean, what I'll say about the Battle Royal, because I do have notes for that. I don't have notes for Jade and Naomi. It was fine. It was a plunder brawl. Slim Jim table. But... Yeah, it was a little short, but we see why later. The Battle Royal I have written here. The Battle Royal was fun. Cole needed to get his stuff together because he was like messing up names and moves and all sorts of stuff, and I don't know what that was about.
What's going on with that? Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's an off night for him.
If you give Lash Legend just a little bit more time in NXT, like maybe another 6 months to a year, and give her the belt, you've got yourself a star. Like,
you could even go sooner than that too.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. She can wrestle. She's got we've talked about this before. I am a proponent of big people doing big stuff, right? In the ring. So she fulfills that in a way that Jade Cargill kind of does. And I almost think that, like, they gotta be careful putting Lash Legend and Jade Cargill on the screen at the same time, because, like, you give Lash another year or so and she might pass her in terms of in-ring ability. But I don't know. These, of course, are personal opinions and nothing against any of the performers.
Of course. Yeah, my one disappointment with the Battle Royal is just, I'm not even saying there had to be some big return like, you know, Paige or AJ Lee or something like that.
Right.
But it would have been nice to see, you know, because in the first Battle Royal at the first Evolution, they brought back, you know, a bunch of legends to compete.
Right.
And so I was kind of looking for something like that.
Yeah,
obviously if Paige walked out, I would have been thrilled, but
right. I think that part of why they didn't, number one, you've got a massive women's roster there and you might as well use them.
Right.
But also I wonder how much of that was because the show was relatively last minute. If you would have told, I mean, like, this kind of comes to mind for some reason. If you ever go onto Peacock and watch the Undertaker Last Ride documentary, it's very interesting to see what he's got to go through because he's not an active performer. And to get ready for a match is a lot. There's a lot of physicality that you got to do. And then you also got to be able to communicate while you're doing this physicality. And so I almost wonder if none of the legends were a part because they were there. I wonder if they were not a part of the Battle Royal because they didn't have enough prep time for it. Because this show was relatively last minute.
Right.
Which was the counter program. Yeah, it's a good one. Of course, Evolution was, of course, to counter program All In, but they won't tell you that. Anyway, yeah. But good show. And with an excellent ending.
Indeed. That match, Io versus Rhea. Man. What a match.
You know, we talk a lot about Rhea Ripley and how we're sick and tired of her and whatnot, but
that woman can wrestle.
She can wrestle, and she wrestles really well in the main event scene. You know what I mean? So I see why they want to keep putting her in title matches. That being said, I mean, you know, we'll talk about it. Maybe we won't, but
maybe depending on what happens at SummerSlam.
Yeah, we'll be talking about SummerSlam in the future. But that's just, it was such a good match. The two of them have an excellent chemistry in the ring. That is just phenomenal. And Io Sky is quickly becoming one of my favorite wrestlers, and it's for performances like this.
Right. Yeah, so go watch Evolution. Go watch it back. Show it some love because it's incredible.
Because I have not seen the whole thing, so I gotta catch up on it.
Make sure you stick around until the end. I won't say what happens because of, you know, spoiler purposes, but go watch the ending.
It's an RKO, I don't know where.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. No, but the ending to that match was phenomenal. You hear the term swerve in wrestling a lot, and not just the Strickland kind. Like, there's such a thing as a swerve for swerve's sake, but this is actually an interesting direction that they're going in now, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see, or I'm curious to watch Raw tonight, really. I'll put it that way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I forgot about that. Well, it's almost over, so you know. Anyway, is there anything else that anybody wants to mention as part of the watching stuff?
Oh, it's not watching, but it's been playing. Marvel Rivals Season 3 came out.
Yes. How is that?
Fun.
Not bad. Not bad. It's fun.
I can't wait to get to where I can get to bans so I can ban Wolverine to the pits of yeah. I hate Wolverine.
I thought Wolverine's
kind of good, right?
in these games.
Oh no.
Oh, he's kind of good in this one.
A little bit.
He's good now.
I was playing some competitive games last night and get him gone. He got buffed again, even though he didn't need to. And it makes my life as support very, very difficult sometimes.
On the bright side, the Thing got some good buffs, so that's good to see.
That's fantastic.
It's clobbering time now.
Oh my, that's just in the cartoons. Anyway,
and then Jean Grey, aka Phoenix, being added as a new character and being very fun to play.
oh, that's kind of
Love
sick.
that. Yeah. But yeah, that's been fun. We'll see how the season plays out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So before we move on to our main event, so to speak, of our top 5 movies, given that we are a toy/collector podcast, might as well make note of a couple new announcements, or not necessarily announcements on my part, but upcoming releases. I guess one of them is an announcement. Anyways, point I'm trying to make is there are a couple new sets coming out for a couple new trading card games. Most notably to the podcast, the Pokemon trading card game. The new set should be releasing, I think, this coming weekend, if not the weekend after. I'm not sure. So by the time this episode comes out, it might actually already be released, and I still won't have my hands on it because modern Pokemon card market. So they are called... Yeah, they're coming up soon. It's actually technically 2 sets that are launching together. So it's Black Bolt and White Flare are the names of the sets, and they're based entirely around the Generation 5 games. So the whole Unova Pokédex is getting at least a card, if not an art card. So it's a rather large amount of cards. And some Pokemon are only available in Black Bolt and some are only available in White Flare, so you kind of have to pick and choose which sets that you get. But there are lots and lots and lots of art cards. Like I said, pretty much every Pokemon's got an art card in this set, which is awesome. So fans of really any Unova Pokemon have a chance of pulling something that they really like. And then, of course, there's some really good special art trainer cards and whatnot.
Right.
The set should be a lot of fun to open if you can get your hands on it. I personally like the Black Bolt roster a little bit more than the White Flare one, just because the Meloetta special art is incredible. The Zekrom special art's incredible. And there's just a lot of really good art cards. But that's not to take away from White Flare, which has a lot of really good ones as well. And then there's another TCG that technically didn't announce anything in particular, but they released a little bit of a teaser on Twitter the other day. So I figured I talked about it in episode 1. I might as well talk about it in episode, what's this, 9?
Something like that. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it is episode 9. So, I talked about it in episode 1. It's called V-Card. the VTuber card game. They are what looks like releasing a new set. I think in August. So there goes more of my money towards virtual avatars.
Right.
Except it's a real physical card game. But yeah, that should be fun. I'm definitely going to be spending some money on it. And yeah, that's really it for announcements on my end.
Nice. Jacob, do you have any announcements? Anything cool that you saw this week that you wanted to bring up to the group?
No, nothing besides that. The new set's coming out. I think they're probably gonna get scalped like crazy, which is unfortunate, but they're pretty big from what I've seen, and they're pretty popular. The Japanese ones are popular. I can imagine the United States ones. Hopefully, they make a lot of make the supply tenfold what they would normally do, because otherwise some people are not going to get them. But yeah, that's kind of the main thing that's recently announced.
And DK Bonanza comes out this week too.
Oh, Thursday? Yeah, I got to buy that too. I'm going to get that for sure.
Indeed.
That's what you got.
So the big one, am I still sharing my screen for you guys or no?
Yes. You sure are.
Okay. This is really the only thing that I've noticed the past couple of weeks that's come out. This is the G.I. Joe Classified Series HasLab, so it's crowdfunding. Snowcat, or Combat All-Terrain Vehicle. It's a big truck that's built for the snow. So, kind of want to talk about this. Out of the box, if you're just funding, if they just fund the thing, which we're currently 6,800 backers with a target of 8,000 people, it will likely fund by the time the 31 days is up. So, that being said, if you want it, hop on it. I'm still making my decision. I don't think I will. Mostly because I don't know where it's going. But it does come with this guy. This is Frostbite. He's a cool looking dude in a coat. And yeah, it comes with the thermos. The thermos is kind of sick, actually. In terms of the truck, or vehicle or tank or whatever you want to call it, I need to see this by some of the other vehicles. Because if it's like twice the size, and like, sure, there's a page here with measurements. I could probably take a tape measure and figure it out. But I don't want to do that. I want to see how it's going to look on my shelf, especially for a $325 price tag.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Theoretically, and this is where I'm at. And this is one of the things that it's a good thing with crowdfunding, but it's one of the reasons that I'm hesitant to do one of these crowd funds is because they have multiple tiers. So you would, if they get to the 8,000 marker, then you get this thing. You get this thing with this dude, you know? And
with this dude.
I'll be completely honest. As somebody who has paid the $100 for the Cobra truck that I can't remember the name of, I don't think I would pay $325 for this unless it was just way bigger than the truck, the Cobra truck. Which it might be, but I don't know. I probably could find out, but we're in the middle of a podcast. But there are 3 more tiers of stuff that you can get, with tier 1. And okay, the other thing is, before we get on to that, it does have lights, which is actually kind of cool. I kind of didn't know that it had lights until I just looked at that. Are these all lights too? Yes, these are all lights too. Okay, maybe I'm starting to see where the $300 price tag comes from. Flashing hazard lights, night pursuit lights, LED floodlights, headlights, tail lights, dashboard is all light up, and there's a lot of detail on that dashboard, so that's kind of cool to see, actually. Okay, I'm starting to try, talk myself into this, which is not good. The turret is cool. Yeah, I'm kind of just leaving it at that. It shoots big missile. Shoot big missile.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Sometimes that really is all you need. I like having the windshield wiper on there. It's something really small, but if you're going to do a vehicle like that, you got to do it right.
It just makes sense, yeah.
This is why I find crowdfunding... This is why I'm hesitant with crowdfunding. This is what you get if you get all 3 tiers. You get 3 figures, being Dude Bro that we just talked about a minute ago, Flint in a winter coat, and Lady J in winter garb, all with appropriate accessories for their characters, including a skillet with fried eggs and sausages, and a coffee pot and coffee and all of this other stuff because it's cold. You get some of the, and then you get this little tent setup thing with, I don't know, what is that, a gun, a campfire, all sorts of stuff. This whole package, I think you can justify $325 for.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think so.
Maybe. If you're into that sort of thing.
Right.
The problem is 10,000 of your friends have to agree with you in order for that to become a reality.
That's true.
And I don't know. Sorry, 14,000 of your friends have to agree with you to make that a reality. I don't know. is the way that I'm going to word that. That being said, looking at some of the just to editorialize a little bit, looking at some of the G.I. Joe HasLabs from the past, it seems very similar. Looking at something like the Cobra Rattler, which we're looking at right now, big plane, big stand, lots of accessories, and it came with like a gunner position. I actually should have bought this one. And it came with extra figures as well. The Sky Striker, same kind of deal. Light up cockpits, extra lights, lots of missiles, lots of effects, and then multiple people to go along with it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that what are your thoughts?
I hope it gets funded because that looks sick. Be awesome to get.
Yeah, I kind of hope that it gets funded. I don't know if I would. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get it. I've got a few of the G.I. Joe vehicles, and I'm already kind of like, okay, where am I going to put this in an eventual display? To the point where I think if this thing is as big as I'm hoping that it is, I don't think I'm going to have room for it.
If I'm understanding it right, you're paying that $325 or whatever, whether it hits 8,000 or 14,000.
Well, so you're not exactly. And you're not paying until it ships, which is fall of 26.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so like the crowdfunding is pretty serious. I don't think that the Rattlers have even made it to people yet.
Okay.
So, yeah, and like that. So that locks you down in terms of the price. Like it's always going to be $325, even if, you know, the way that the economy is, not to talk about the socioeconomic state of collecting, but you know,
we could.
No, not right now. If things start going different ways and prices of things start going up is what I'm referring to, not other different ways. Gosh, that got dark. If the economy starts turning and prices of toys start going up, you're locked in at $350 or $325 in theory.
Yeah.
So
I just personally, at least for this set, I couldn't justify it. You know, if it only hit the 8,000, it would need to hit that 14,000 for me to even be able to fathom.
I agree, and that's part of the thing with crowdfunding. I almost do want to put in that I'm going to back it because, like I say, they don't take your money until it ships, or it's either until it funds or until it ships. So it's not like you got to go through a refund process and all of this other stuff if it doesn't fund. So, like, maybe it's one of those, if you're interested, back the project so that it funds, but if it doesn't hit the tier that you want, pull out.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
smart
don't.
thinking.
Yeah, but I'm. What is that thing on the tripod? This thing.
Is it like a launcher, like a rocket
Is it
launcher?
a gun? There's a radio. Wait a second. There's a radio. Oh, there is. That's kind of sick.
A scope looking thing, maybe?
Like a telescope? Nah, it's got something shooting out of it. It looks like a rocket launcher. Yeah, it's a rocket launcher.
Maybe.
There it is.
Ah, well, there you go.
Oh, cool. 2 fish
Telescope
accessories.
rocket launcher, same thing.
Oh, and fishing pole. Oh,
Fish.
no.
You know what that means.
Okay, the more that I start looking at,
Fish.
like, the more that I keep looking at it, the more that I'm like, perhaps. But as we'll see next week, I have a tendency to buy things that I don't have room for in terms of the toy display, and then have no place to put them. That's a tease for next week. You should go and watch episode 10, which won't be out for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but it'll be a banger nonetheless.
Oh boy, I am excited about the package that I am getting in the mail. Probably this week.
Ooh.
If I was not leading the segment. I mean, I still am leading the podcast, but I'm still going to my email. All right, I shouldn't do this right now. Yeah, so that brings us to the 17th. Yeah, end of the week. That's perfect. That's phenomenal. Means I'm gonna have time to mess with it. Yeah, boy, I really just did my admin in the middle of the podcast.
Sure did, but you know
what?
It is what it is.
The Triple H impression came out, so people with their bingo cards got another thing.
Got another stamp.
Sure.
Yeah, keep it going. Keep her going.
It was not my fault that Goldberg's retirement speech got cut off. Somebody let Bret Hart into the truck. All right. Anyway, that brings us to our top 5 movies. That is our main event. Unless anybody has any additional thoughts on GI Joes or cards or Pokemans or boy, I really did just say that. Anyway, unless anybody has any extra thoughts.
I always got thoughts on Pokemans, but maybe another time.
There you go.
Another time.
That brings us to our top 10. Nope, top 5 favorite movies. Now, we have a bit of an order set for this. If I can find my freaking sticky notes. There they are. Here's the way that we're going to do this. We are going to go Jacob, me, then Isaac. We're going to do honorable mentions, then number 5, then number 4, in a circle until we hit number 1.
Very similar, if not the exact same, to how we did our top 5 favorite games in episode 2, which bingo card, episode 2. Go listen to that to hear about our top 5 favorite games. But this is top 5 movies.
This is top 5 movies, but same format. Yeah. So I'm curious, how did you guys come up with your lists? What was your methodology here?
So I will say that my list, and I'm assuming both of your guys' lists, were completely subjective in terms of how we ranked them. So it's not based solely on the quality of the movie, but it's, everything that goes into it. So my list, I've had a solid number 1 for a long time. Number 2 has been there pretty much since it came out. And then number 3, it's been in and around. But 4 and 5, I'm still pretty shaky on, to be honest. So I just was kind of thinking, okay, what movies have I seen that would fit in regards to both the quality of my viewing and also just what they meant to me.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I selected my last couple. But I'll tell you what, this was a grueler to put together. I was like, does this movie deserve to be here? Does this one? What about this one? And then I completely blanked on every movie I've ever seen, too.
Yeah. I'm afraid that you guys are going to mention movies and I'm going to be like, oh, no.
Right?
Yeah. Jacob, what about you? How did you kind of come up with your list?
Mine is a mixture of the amount of times I've seen the movie. So if I've seen the movie multiple times and I really enjoy it, I have it up there. I think I kind of went with more like just what, like when I think about scenes or think about lines from a movie in like my daily life, like I add that, like I'd pick one of my top movies because it's been so memorable for me. So that's kind of what I based mine on. I didn't really base mine on like quality. I kind of based it more on like sentimental value, I guess you could say.
Yeah, exactly. So my criteria there, I had a pretty long short list. I want to say this is like 20 something movies, that kind of made my short list in terms of like what made the short list. It was, if I'm thinking about movies that I would want to sit down and watch, or just movies that I find good in general, they made the short list. If I remembered them and if I could think about them, and then my criteria as we get up into what I did top 10 because I couldn't figure out what was in the top 5. So I was like, well, just rank the whole thing and let's see how it goes. So my criteria for that in terms of is sentimental value is definitely a play into it, but also if I'm scrolling through live TV or the cable or whatever, and I'm not busy, I'm not doing anything, and I'm looking for something to watch, how likely am I to tune in? That to me is the sign of a good movie. So, yeah.
Solid. Sounds like we should have some pretty good, well thought out lists then.
Here's hoping. And to get it started off, Jacob, what are your honorable mentions? If you have any.
So I do have a few. I picked a couple different ones. I didn't pick a whole bunch, but I picked some that I thought could be on the list. Like, it kind of would depend on my mood for the movies. So I did. So funny enough, my honorable mention, I have the 3 original Star Wars movies that we watched. I have those in my honorable mentions. So that's pretty nice to see.
Nice.
And also I have the 2 Disney movies. I have Bolt and Up. Those 2 movies I've seen so many times.
I forgot about Bolt. That movie's great.
I forgot about Bolt too.
I had it on DVD. Classic, absolute classic, and Up's a classic for many different reasons. So
of course, Up is peak.
yes.
Good old John Travolta dog.
Squirrel. Hi there.
Oh, Up is good too.
Oh yeah, I love that scene. So those are my honorable mentions. I probably could think of some more, like on the top of my, like I not on the top of my head, but if I would like to think about it for a bit longer, I could probably think of a couple more. But that's what I'm sticking with right now and what I'm going to go with.
Absolutely. That brings to me in our little order. So the ones that made the short list, but not the top 10, and this is no particular order. Avengers Infinity War, Logan Lucky, which we talked about a couple weeks ago on the movie club. Iron Man, Ratatouille, Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings, mainly Return of the King, but any of those movies are really good. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, love that movie. Just fun time, you know. Indiana Jones, brackets, any of the first 3. There's a reason I bought them on VHS. What else we got here? Inglourious Bastards, Casablanca. I really enjoy Casablanca. It's a good movie. A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise. Good movie. Kind of came in at the bottom of the short list because I haven't seen it in a while, but you know. And Spaceballs, all on the short list.
Great movie.
Phenomenal movie. It was number 11. With Infinity War being 12. Again, how much am I likely to sit down and watch it if it's on the TV? I am also going to put over 10 through 6 because I did rank those. And it became very telling to me that I am somebody who likes kind of funny movies. So, number 10, Marvel's Avengers, the first one. Number 9, 1989's Batman. Number 8, Raising Arizona with Nicolas Cage. Number 7, Wes Anderson's Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, that's a good pick too.
It is. I love that movie. And then number 6, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? These are, yeah, those are the ones that I was like, compared to what's in the top 5. But I still feel like they deserve a ranking. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go.
Isaac, what do you have for your honorable mentions?
So mine's not nearly that long. I'll be honest.
Sorry about that.
Because like I said at the start, I kind of just forgot every movie that I've ever seen. Which makes me really wish that I had made a Letterboxd account a long time ago, so I could at least keep track of what I've seen.
Mine is nowhere near as exhaustive as it probably should or could be, but it helped in figuring out movies for the short list.
That's kind of where, yeah, that would have helped me a lot. But in terms of the movies that I did remember that I really liked, a lot of them are actually pretty recent, just because they're the first ones that come to mind. So this first one is definitely hinges on how the third movie is going to go, but Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Ooh.
Love that movie. I remember when we went to go see it, I was like, all right, get prepared for like the greatest thing ever. And it was very, very good. We'll see what happens with the third one whenever that comes out. I also have on my list Godzilla -1, which I've actually only seen once, so I feel like kind of is cheating to put it on this list, but that movie was incredible. Possibly a movie club movie down the road. We'll see. The first ever, actually no, I'll go with this one. Hereditary. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a horror movie.
Or I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
Heard of it, never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Freaky movie.
Is that the one with Florence Pugh?
No, that's Midsummer.
That's it.
Which I need to watch that one again because I was like 2 a.m. when I watched it and I was half asleep.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Hereditary is very good. One of the scariest movies I've seen. And then the first movie to ever make me shed tears. Pokemon, the first movie.
Oh, good call
man.
on that one.
Man. When Ash gets, he sacrifices himself for all the Pokemon and gets like frozen and Pikachu runs up to him crying. It's like, dang. That's crazy. First movie that ever made me cry. Yeah. But that really does it for my honorary mentions, but the list could be longer.
Yeah.
Like I could throw, Infinity War, the first Avengers, the first Captain America movie, yada yada yada.
Yes.
All of Star Wars except for about half of it.
All of Star Wars except for about half of it.
About half of it. Maybe about a third of it, but
Yeah, about a third of it.
But yeah, that's really going to do it. So let's move into our top 5, gentlemen.
Yeah, so number 5, Jacob, you're up first.
All right, so number 5, probably not a surprise if you know. You probably know me. If you know me, this is going to be on the list somewhere. I had to put Lampoon's Vacation on there, and it's really any of them. I just had to. I mean, the amount of times I've watched that, the Christmas one especially, is unbelievably large amount. The amount of times I just think about quotes from the movie is crazy. Like just like I become like just. The movie just takes me over and I'm like, oh, you serious, Clark? Like I just get that in my brain 24/7. And I had to put it at 5. I don't want to put it too high up there, but I had to put it there just to have it on the list.
Absolutely. Those are solid movies. Christmas Vacation always comes around the holiday season, but it was kind of funny because this past Christmas, I wound up staying with my grandfather for a little bit longer than I was thinking that I would. And they were running a marathon of those movies. So it was like a Friday night or whatever. And it's me, my cousin, and my brother. We're sitting there playing cards and watching those movies. And they're just funny. It's good stuff.
That's what the holiday season's all about. Honestly.
Exactly.
That sounds like a good Christmas.
Indeed.
Yeah, those are solid. I always forget about those movies, to be honest with you, because we're not really a National Lampoon's household. So if Christmas time is around, we're watching Christmas Story or Home Alone and stuff like that.
Right.
And so Lampoon's Christmas Vacation isn't usually on. But that's a very solid movie.
Yeah. It's funny you say we're not really a Christmas Vacation household, and you mentioned Home Alone because we're a Christmas Vacation household, but we don't watch Home Alone.
Nice.
My
We're just
household,
not into it.
why not both household? Mine's the why not both household.
Yes, there you go.
We have two extremes and then the centrist.
We have the in
It's
between.
like, I like them both.
Chaotic
Yeah, but
good.
but A Christmas Story is probably the greatest Christmas movie, right?
Yes. And I'm so glad you said that.
It is. I did not put
It
it on
is
my list because I thought it was
the
obvious,
Christmas
but
movie.
yeah.
Yeah. It is the Christmas movie, and I will say retroactively it makes the short list of the honorable mentions. So
It makes mine too.
Yep.
Got to go on there now.
Same.
because it's just a fun little movie, and you can see little bits of your own family dynamic in theirs. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
the mom and the dad having the like kind of war over the leg lamp, and but when Ralphie
We're
says a
always
cuss
jealous.
word, they're both on it, you know. So
Right.
it's just kind of funny.
I'll tell you what, my mom and I will reference when they're standing in line to talk to Santa, there's that weird kid behind him that's like, I like the Wizard of Oz. I like Santa. So whenever my mom and I are in on something, we're like, I like X thing.
That's funny.
So that's been a household. Yeah, that movie's great. And yeah, that one makes the short list.
I like
For sure.
Turtles.
Definitely. Also, I guess that brings us to my number 5 pick.
You're next.
Which is, speaking of family dynamics, which is done really well in this movie, it would be Disney Pixar's The Incredibles.
Oh, banger.
Ooh,
yeah, it's a good movie.
Good pick.
There's so much in this movie while still being, let's face it, aimed at kids. But like, it's still just a good story. It, like, talking about like Mr. Incredible is clearly going through a midlife crisis during this, right? Which is interesting enough. You bring in the family dynamic between really all of them, but in particular the mom and the two kids having to basically go and rescue him from himself is kind of interesting. What else? Yeah, I think that's kind of it. I mean, you know, the amount of times that we've heard the comment from my mother in the household directed at my dad, engage Bob, is a lot. Because that scene's phenomenal. And then of course you can't talk about The Incredibles without talking about the Where's My Super Suit scene, which I think is one of my favorite comedic scenes of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everybody in the voice cast is giving their all on this. Yeah. And I like that.
The greater good. I am the greatest good you're ever gonna get.
Yep, exactly. It does get nostalgic bonus points. This was actually the first movie that I ever saw in theaters when I was like 3.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
It's a good
first movie I've ever seen in theaters.
Yep. Well, we've got 2 of the 3 of us at that point. So, Jacob, what's the first movie you've ever seen in theaters?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I'm trying to think. I couldn't even tell you, but that's a great question that I should ask my parents and see if they know.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because like I don't remember seeing Incredibles in theaters at all. Exactly. But my dad constantly says, "Oh yeah, this is the first movie we ever went to the theater with you." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "All right, sure, I'll take your word on it."
Cool.
Well, how about that?
It's such an excellent movie. Oh, and the score in that movie is incredible. No pun intended.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Pun intended, yeah.
Right. And it's like everybody put their all into that movie, including the trumpet players on the recording of the score. You know what I mean?
100%.
Michael Giacchino, and we should have a podcast about movie composers. Because I would argue between The Incredibles and my number 4 pick, Michael Giacchino is probably the best composer other than John Williams.
I praise.
With Hans Zimmer coming in third. And I will elaborate if we ever do a best composer thing. There you go.
Perhaps.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, actually.
I yield my time.
You sly dog. You caught him monologuing.
Oh, and the villain's good. Like,
Syndrome.
we've all kind of been spurned by somebody that we considered, kind of not really a mentor, but like a never meet your heroes type of thing.
Someone you looked up to. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's interesting how much
crazy.
in there you can kind of relate to.
Yeah, thanks,
For
Cena.
sure. Thanks,
Dead
Cena.
serious. Still
You're
think
still living
Pipe Bomb was good though.
Pipe Bomb was real good.
Yeah.
You can hear our thoughts about that in the previous episode 8, where we talked
Indeed.
about our experience at SmackDown.
Wait.
However,
And while you're checking that out, maybe try episode 2.
you could try episode 2.
We could. We got to.
If you like the format here, and
yeah, it's the same format. But that does bring us to Isaac's number 10.
Yeah,
Or
speaking
number
of the
5.
format, it is my turn for the number 5 pick, and I'm going to switch gears on both of your guys' picks, where you guys picked, kid-friendly or comedic or, stuff like that. And I'm going to go to Jordan Peele's horror movie, Us.
I have not seen
which
this
I know
one.
is actually kind of an interesting pick from his filmography. Because,
Yeah, I was gonna
everybody
say, wait a
thinks, so
second.
Jordan
Yeah.
Peele, Get Out.
Yeah.
Which I actually don't like that much. I'm going to be honest with you. But Us is fantastic. I won't obviously get into details about the plot or anything, because it actually has a really good twist to it in a couple different places, actually. But the reason that this movie makes my top 5 list is because of how I felt post theater. Like, this was one of those movies where I really had to think about it and think about the possibilities of something like this happening.
Yes. I've never seen that movie, but I have walked out of a theater. Well, we might talk about it here imminently. With a very similar feeling.
Yeah, because this was, we'll call it, I don't want to spoil anything too crazy, but essentially an abandoned government project
Oh, yeah.
that kind of spurred its way in because of one reason or another. And so I was just thinking, aside from the creepiness factor of the movie just in general, because there's a lot of scenes that are very creepy, especially, with the lighting. The one that comes to mind, so the family's in their house at night. They look out the window and there's just 4 people standing at the top of their driveway, just kind of silhouetted.
Mm-hmm.
That shot in itself is just kind of really creepy, along with the score, because the score is actually really good for that movie as well. But just the factor of maybe not something exactly like this, but some sort of government plan going awry and something crazy happening is interesting.
Yeah.
So when I walked out of that movie, I was thinking about it for days.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why it makes my 5, is just because of, I don't know if I've ever watched another movie that's really messed me up like that. Like, I've watched other horror movies that were, scary, and I really enjoyed them, like Hereditary, for example, like I mentioned. But this was the one that I was like, oh, wow.
Right. It's scarier because of how, even if it's fantastical, which I don't know because I've never seen the movie, but like it could theoretically occur.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the scenario in this movie would be very, very difficult to actually replicate.
Right.
But it's just that kind of, it's just enough to where you're like, well, if it was something that was scientifically possible, I feel like the government would try to do something like this.
Right.
And that's what makes it so terrifying.
So sorry, please continue.
I was just saying, Jordan Peele's Us is my number 5 movie all time.
There you go. That brings us to number 9. Jacob, you go
Number
first.
Number 4.
Ah, you're
Ain't that
right. Number
fantastic?
4. I'm sorry. I'm so tired.
No, you're good. You're good. It's number 4. It's a little movie this movie I have seen many times. I own on DVD, and I think it might take the cake as my favorite Disney movie of all time.
Ooh.
We have Ratatouille.
It is a good movie.
You can't go wrong with Ratatouille. I mean, I'm not a cook. I am not someone that cooks a lot or anything like that, or is good at cooking. But I like food, and I am good at food, and that show makes me very hungry. I mean, the rat part, not so much, but the cooking part, the food bit, yes.
Yeah.
And just them working together in a kitchen and just kind of wholesome. And it just the look feels like nostalgic Disney when I think of Ratatouille, and then just watching the movie again is like, it's got that like comforting animation to the older Disney movies kind of had. So it's a top. It's definitely like it could get to 3 or 2 on a good day. Really, like I think it could even get even big. If I watched it again, I bet you it would feel like I'm transporting myself back into the past. Like the amount of times I watched that in the back of the car on the portable DVD player is unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that just brought me back to every single vacation I took. But yes, that's my number 4 movie.
That's one I need to watch again, because it has been probably close to a decade, if not longer, since I've seen it.
That I would say
it's so good.
It is good. And I would label that one a good comfort movie. Like
yeah, absolutely.
I was talking about because it made my short list, because like I feel like every other time that it's on TV and I'm not doing anything and I'm just flicking through channels, if Ratatouille's on, I'm watching Ratatouille,
Respect.
But another Michael Giacchino movie on the old Podski here.
Yeah.
But I think what makes Ratatouille so good is seeing the journey that really both Remy and what's his name, Linguini.
Yes.
Linguini.
Linguini Alfredo.
Yeah.
Is it the other way around?
Super Linguini.
But yeah, seeing their journey both as, separate entities and, as friends, but really seeing Linguini go from this like kind of skittish, messes up a lot, not super confident in himself, to becoming this more confident, comfortable chef is very nice to see.
Indeed.
So like too that one thing about it as well at the end, it's like, and he's like at the end he kind of takes more of like a manager / wait staff role, and he's okay with that. It's kind of like maybe we can kind of branch out to different things, and
Right.
doesn't always have to be about cooking, or it doesn't always have to be one thing. We can always branch out, and sometimes you're not the best at something, and that's okay. I think that's kind of a nice little message too. Like
exactly.
Play to your strengths.
Yeah.
Follow your passion, but also play to your strengths.
Exactly right.
Exactly. There's no good segue into my number 4, except for this is the movie that really made me think that, oh yeah, this could happen, and it's scary that this could happen. But also, it's my favorite depiction of one of my, it's my favorite depiction in a movie of one of my favorite characters of all time. I am, of course, talking about Matt Reeves' 2022, The Batman.
Wow.
About that.
I love this movie because there's an attention to detail that's put into it, not only just in the little things sprinkled throughout the movie, but the little character touches to Bruce, and how seeing a younger Bruce Wayne in a movie is really interesting, because we've never really seen that in film. We've seen it obviously in graphic novels, but being able to see, okay, this Batman can kind of get his rear end kicked, and he's not quite, I'm going to solve all of the world's problems, I've got a plan for everything type of Batman, because he hasn't been around the block. He hasn't seen how the Riddler works or how any of these villains work. So
he's no Dutch Vanderlyn.
Exactly. He doesn't have a plan.
He doesn't just need one more big score.
Right. But it's really interesting. And then him also discovering, we kind of take, I feel like we as people who consume Batman, right? We kind of take the relationship between Bruce Wayne and Alfred just a little bit for granted. Like, we know that it's kind of a father-son thing, but, it's not really paid attention to a whole lot in the movies. I mean, I don't think Dawn of Justice even touched it. But this really, and maybe it's just because Robert Pattinson is like kind of, I don't know if he's on the younger side or if he looks on the younger side, but that really hit home to me, the relationship between him and Alfred. And the Riddler is a really good villain as well in this movie. We talk about that. If this thing could theoretically happen in this movie, the Riddler, number one, is a Twitch streamer, and
that was something.
Recruits an army of, I mean, I don't know what you want to call them, but dangerous people. There you go. Because of through the internet, and does this whole big plan under everybody's noses with it. And I'm like, oh, that could happen. That's a little freaky.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, very easily. It's kind of probably already happened a couple times. But
so anyways, I have a suggestion, boys. We can talk about it off podcast. That's a joke.
Okay, thank you. I was like, what are you talking about? Plus, everything is like acted to perfection, I think, anyway. Except for maybe Zoe Kravitz is just a little bit. I mean, she's Zoe Kravitz in this movie.
Right.
Nothing against her, just can be a little one note sometimes, but it's fine. It's fine. Play to your strengths, right?
Exactly. Watch Ratatouille.
Exactly. Colin Farrell's the Penguin is phenomenal as well in this movie, even though he's kind of like side character ish. He's just fun, and it's a fun time. One of the best Batmobile reveals and chase scenes ever. And now I get to talk about it. Michael Giacchino did the score, and he based the entire score off of a Nirvana song that perfectly encapsulates Bruce Wayne's character in his first couple years. How awesome is that?
It's pretty neat.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Two very distinct themes for both the hero and the villain, even though both of them are kind of like sinister sounding themes, if that makes any sense. With the something in the way type thing being it rises and it becomes very triumphant and all of this in a way that you could still see Darth Vader walking down, the hallway too. Right. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean, yeah.
And then the choice for the Riddler's theme to be a twisted version of Ave Maria is phenomenal in the context of the movie. I yield my time.
That's a movie that I need to watch again because I only saw it the one time. And obviously I really liked it, but I never, was a Batman guy.
Yeah.
I go back to our household. We're a Marvel household through and through.
Ah, yes.
So we never really did much of the old DC stuff. So this was like kind of out of my element, I guess I'd say. But yeah, I need to watch it again because, like you were saying, it's a fantastic movie.
Indeed, it really is.
I guess that means, unless there's more thoughts on the old Bat, or the young Bat, I guess.
Not to interrupt, but gentlemen, CM Punk versus Gunther at SummerSlam.
I figured that was going to be the case.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought so too, but good stuff.
I think the plan was CM Punk, Gunther, Seth Cashes.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if that'll go through now, but
give Punk the belt. Anyway,
do it.
We won't get too much into wrestling here because we need to hear.
Oh yeah, 'cause I just thought about something. We'll talk about it later.
Ah, yes.
Because we were talking about our top 5 favorite movies.
I was gonna say we got to get to Isaac's number 4.
Number 4. So I will now join the theme of Pixar movies.
Wait, is it also a Michael Giacchino movie?
It's Toy Story 3.
Oh, so no.
Toy Story 3 is special.
Go ahead.
In my opinion, it should have been the last Toy Story. I don't think they needed to make Toy Story 4, and I really don't think they need to make Toy Story 5, even though they're going to. I think it was a really good send-off to the characters with how it ended, but as a whole, I mean, it's kind of a nostalgia pick for me, but at the same time, just a phenomenal movie.
It is.
I don't really even know what else to say about it.
Yeah.
But, like, I grew up on Toy Story 2 mostly.
Yeah.
And then Toy Story 3 came out, and it was kind of, like I said, it was like the end of, felt like the end of it all.
It was the end of an era for sure.
Yeah.
It was a perfect ending to that trilogy, to the point that, like, when they announced that they were doing a fourth one, I was like, why are you even doing it?
I was upset. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I would almost say that, and this is my personal opinion, bearing in mind that, so I was not as high on Toy Story 3 as a lot of people were. I recognize that, like, it was a good movie and it pulled a lot of heartstrings and things like that, but I just never really got into it as much as some others. I forget where I was going with that. Yep, it's gone. I yield my time.
All right. Confirmed hater. Got it.
No. Nah, hang on. Oh, what I was going to say was, I recognize that it is probably, from a storytelling perspective and from a cinematic perspective, it is probably the best out of the trilogy. I feel as though the existence of Toy Story 4 undercuts the greatness of Toy Story 3.
I definitely see why you'd say that.
Yeah, it's like the existence, not to get too much into this discussion that we'll have eventually on this podcast, I'm sure. The existence of Rise of Skywalker makes The Force Awakens a bad movie to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know, lofty comparison, but it detracts in a very similar way. Not that I'm saying that it's not a good movie. I will say I do
prefer I see what
Toy
you
Story
mean.
2, though.
Toy Story 2 was like right on the cusp of making my list as well. But I was trying to ride with the idea of, one per franchise, just to kind of space it out a little bit.
Yep.
And so but yeah, Toy Story 2 for sure is at least honorable mention. But with Toy Story 3, and, to take your side, I didn't forget, but I saw Toy Story 4 once in the theater when it first came out, and then completely forgot about its existence. So to me, there is only Toy Story 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And so when I think of Toy Story 3, I'm like, all right, this, and you know what, too? I was a nostalgia pick a little bit too, because when this came out, I was right around that age where I was kind of moving on to a different part of my life. And so that was kind of a really good send off to my childhood.
Yeah.
Moving into the more, teenage adult years. And so that really struck a chord. And then obviously I think the scene where they're about to fall into the what do they even call that? The burning pit.
Incinerator.
The incinerator, yeah. That scene is so special. And that's all I'll really say about that. But yeah, Toy Story 3 makes my list. Lotso is a fantastic villain.
He smells like strawberries.
He smells like strawberries, but is an awful, awful cuddly bear.
Yeah, El Bozo.
El Bozo.
I was trying to remember who voiced Lotso.
I don't know. Toy Story, the original Toy Story, like animation feels so much weirder compared to 2 and 3. I know it's older, but it just doesn't. It feels unusual after I've seen 2 and 3 a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I do understand the reasoning, but it just feels unnerving to watch the animation in that when 2 and 3 are amazing.
Yeah, I love.
Oh
this,
yeah,
the
no,
scene.
I know what you mean.
I love the scene when all the kids arrive for Andy's birthday party and they're literally just all Andy.
Yeah.
Like all the kids are just different renditions of Andy.
Hey man, with the amount
I'm
of
you, but
different
better.
toys and things like that they needed to do in Sid's room later on, gotta save the budget where you can, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's not like a discredit to them. It's just I find it really funny. And shout out to whoever that person was that had all of the files and whatnot for the Toy Story movies.
Oh, I
saved
love
as
that
an extra
story
copy.
so much.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was good. That was
It's like-
Because the entirety of the movie got completely deleted or something like that.
Yeah.
And someone just happened to have an extra copy of it on a drive somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Just so happen to like break protocol and have like top secret Pixar animation of the entire movie on their personal machine, which is ended up saving the whole thing.
It was really bad that they did that, but at the same time, like, it worked out really well.
I mean, speaking from somebody who works in I'm not saying that I would like download company code onto my personal computer. I definitely would not, but like, you got to have backups is my point. You
Right,
got to have,
yeah, absolutely. I'm saying
you got to have
bad
at least
in terms of company policy.
Right. You got to have at least like 3 different computers and then like maybe one offsite that has, or 3 different drives and maybe an offsite drive. Make sure that they're not all in the same building,
Right. For sure.
That's the advantages of cloud compute. Anyway. That brings us to
Toy Story 3. Fantastic.
Yeah. Brings us to number 3. I'm excited for mine, but Jacob, what you got for yours?
So number 3, we have good old Avengers Endgame.
Oh,
Yeah, I this. Before I was into Marvel, this is one of the movies that I saw, and I love the concept of having so many characters interact with each other towards a common goal or as enemies. I think it's one of the coolest tropes that I've learned about Marvel is how the lore they interact with each other, the characters. I think having them all in this big budget film together is such a cool treat to see. And I mean, it's Avengers Endgame. I mean, you can't not love that. I mean, that's amazing. Like I was thinking about like I think Guardians of the Galaxy could also be my number 3, but I think the Avengers I think that just has like a broader range of characters, so I think I'll put that there.
Good pick.
indeed.
I may or may not reserve some of my thoughts for now.
That's
Fair.
I actually don't have any more. I don't have any Marvel films on my top 5. Which was moderately surprising to me. I won't lie.
A little bit, yeah.
I learned some things about myself over the course of discovering this, or over the course of
changed
doing
man.
this. Which I actually did write down. I wrote down my takeaways from myself doing this, but Endgame was like the perfect conclusion to the MCU. To the point, not to be critical, and I feel like I always like get negative. I always kind of get negative at this point, but like Endgame was the perfect conclusion. Kind of that Toy Story 4 effect. They're still making stuff. And some of it's really good. I have concerns over the next Avengers movie, though. But it was a perfect conclusion to the not only the Infinity Saga of the MCU, but also the stories of Iron Man and Captain America as well. both of those characters get a perfect book ending. You think about the journey that Tony Stark took from the first Iron Man, let alone the second Iron Man, let alone the Avengers, to Endgame. And it's wild.
Yeah, because so with those two characters, I always look back at the scene in the first Avengers movie when Tony and Cap are arguing, and Cap says something along the lines of like, "You're not the kind of guy to, lay down your life and sacrifice yourself for the betterment of mankind." And then Tony kind of retorts back, "You're nothing but a soldier," or whatever, whatever he says. I don't remember exactly, but it's interesting that they took those, that one little scene and kind of made it to where their entire character growth culminated in them proving that they are those kinds of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to do an MCU podcast at some point.
Sure are.
Oh, that's a good show. It's a new episode topic right there.
MCU retrospective. Infinity Saga retrospective anyway.
Yes, I'm down. So down. Book it.
We do that before the Avengers comes out.
Ooh, not a bad call.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we do it in 3 weeks.
Well, we were discussing the prospect of a superhero themed episode here soon, so
we were, yeah.
I'm game. But yeah, that was surprising, Jacob. Number 3 is a Marvel movie, let alone Endgame.
I know. I mean,
I'm pleasantly surprised.
It's good to hear. I mean, I'm really getting into it, honestly.
We're turning him into a nerd.
Marvel Rivals is also kind of
get this man on Marvel Rivals
characters, to be honest. So,
yeah.
Like it kind of made me want to learn more about them.
Go watch X-Men '97.
Yeah, okay. Is that on what is that on Netflix?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna get Disney Plus.
I will
do want to watch that.
You don't necessarily have to go and watch the entirety of the old X-Men cartoon. See, this is... I mean, I don't remember most of the X-Men cartoon. So, like, you'd probably be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you'd be okay.
Maybe. I will have to give that a try.
Maybe. But genuinely, I've talked about this before. There are 2 pieces of media that have made me, like, shake out of shock. It's the 5th episode of X-Men '97 and the 8th episode of the 2nd season of Andor. Just because of sheer brutality. There you go.
There you go.
All right, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty neat.
It's pretty neat.
I do say so myself.
Retroactively, I have to add Captain America Winter Soldier to my short list.
Based.
Because that one's a good one.
Oh, I can't wait for our MCU discussion then, because I have a super hot take regarding the Captain America franchise.
Oh dear.
That's not me saying I think Winter Soldier's bad, by the way. I want to very much clarify that, because that is a phenomenal movie.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna say something. I think that the Captain America trilogy is probably the best trilogy in the MCU.
I don't think it's close.
Yeah.
Other than maybe Guardians. That's the only one, but two brings it down.
I have not seen Guardians 3. That's one of those. I'm gonna have to watch it before we do the retrospective.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw out another hot take. Maybe a little teaser trailer for our retrospective. I kind of prefer Guardians 3 to Guardians 1.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, go watch it. It's very, very good.
We'll see if we get time.
Almost, if not did, shed a tear during that movie.
I've heard that.
So
I've heard that it's
very emotional.
It's an emotional one. James Gunn is a good movie director. I'm very excited to go and watch a Superman movie because take the Suicide Squad, for example. He knows how to balance everything in a way that I don't know how he balances it that well. Like Thanos would be jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like...
Couldn't balance it better if he snapped his fingers.
Right. The Suicide Squad had a really nice balance of the brutality of a rated R Suicide Squad movie, the heart of the relationship between the characters, and then just sheer off the wall insanity in a very comedic fashion. And I think Guardians does that exact same thing. Guardians 1. Guardians 2, you could argue does the same thing, but to a lesser effect than Guardians 1.
Well, don't forget the Christmas special.
I have not seen it.
Even that, you know...
Is that canon?
I mean, it is canon. That's where they...
I gotta watch a Christmas special.
Oh, yeah.
In July.
You didn't see Guardians 3. Yeah, I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Well, darn.
Christmas
there's something in there that is very, very much canon.
Is it the arm thing? I know about the arm thing.
No, it's not the arm thing.
Nope.
It's something about relationships between characters.
Oh, okay. Fun.
So
I will have to watch that.
I think it's short too, so like...
Yeah, I think it's
short.
only like half an hour.
Like half hour, yeah. And it's funny too, so...
Oh, there you go.
It's worth watching. I'd say watch it before you watch Guardians 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, chronologically, that just makes sense.
Right, yeah. Definitely.
Speaking of threes, what would be your number 3 there, Mr. Garrett? We are doing a top 5 movie list after all.
That is what we're doing. I was thinking about Marvel movies. But you know who was not thinking about Marvel movies? I don't know where I was going with that. My number 3 pick is... This is the part where I discover that maybe I am a 12-year-old. Shrek 2. Okay?
Oh, banger.
Now,
Ooh, hey now.
this is a wee bit of a
You're
hot
a
take.
rock star.
We were just talking about the balance of comedy and heart. And I think that all 3 of the next movies balance things and have a heart and a soul to them that really make me enjoy the movies. Shrek 2, number 1, is a really funny movie, but also has a good message and a good heart to it, if you know what I mean. This is when Jacob talked about earlier the DVDs in the portable DVD player that is strapped on precariously to the front 2 seats of the car. This is one of those movies. Not only that, but we just used to watch this movie all the time, and it's funny. I can quote lines from it we do it on a daily basis. Seinfeld and Shrek 2. That's the quotes around this household. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say if I'm being completely honest.
Shrek 2 is so... I don't even want to call it underrated because, a lot of people love it.
Yeah.
It's very, very much, but you know, a lot of people talk about the quality of the first one, which obviously the first one's amazing.
It's iconic.
But it is iconic.
Yes.
But I prefer the second one.
I prefer the second one as well. I feel like the humor in it, how do I word the word that keeps coming to my mind is that the humor in it is, its sense of humor matures, if that makes any sense.
It does, yeah.
So like in the first one, there's like very clear innuendo and you know, like stuff like that. It's kind of overt with some of its jokes and
yeah, it's like haha funny, listen to this.
Right. Whereas like I feel like Shrek 2 is a little bit more you either catch it or you don't. And yeah, I don't know. The cop sequence always comes up to me.
Oh, I was
when
just
it comes to that kind of thing. Because it's like it's stuff that like it's subtle jokes that like when you're a kid you're like, oh no, these zany characters are in this like really bad situation. They're getting arrested and it's on television and it's pretty bad. And years later, after you know, discover cops and understand pop culture and some of this stuff, you start to pick up on stuff like, oh, it's just cops ripoff. Oh, a white Bronco? What? And Puss in Boots with the catnip going, that's not mine. That's funny. That's funny.
Clever.
Look, I am a simple man when it comes to my humor. If it's clever, I'm going to laugh at it. And I'm going to have a good time. And I'm all about good times at the movies. Shrek 2 is a good time at the movies.
Shrek 2 is a great time at the movies.
There you go. I yield my time.
There you go.
I don't know why I keep saying that.
Yeah, you are in fact yielding your time, so fair enough.
It's an accurate statement.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of doing time, my number 3, and this movie is probably my favorite. So I have a category of, or a way to categorize movies, and it goes, you know, these are popcorn movies that, you know, you kind of sit there, you enjoy for the action and the wittiness and, you know, that kind of stuff. And then you have your cinema movies. This is easily my favorite cinema movie. It is Shawshank Redemption.
Ooh.
I don't know if either of you have seen it.
I have not. It is on the list.
I have not either, sadly.
I definitely won't say much story-wise then. But it's one of those movies where the characters are so well written. Down to the dialogue and the relationships between each character, and you know, every scene feels impactful, even though it's like a 3-hour something long movie, I'm pretty sure. And you take the twist at the end, we'll call it a twist, makes this movie so rewatchable because of that twist. Like every scene you're analyzing it a little bit closer because there is something that's happening. There's something brewing there in those scenes, but you're not picking up on that when you're first watching it. You're like, all right, this is everyday prisoner life, you know. Oh, he's being a little bit, you know, sneaky here. But then you look at the character of the warden. And, you know, I in our movie club, when we were talking about Logan Lucky, I actually, if you guys remember, referenced Shawshank when we were talking about it. Because the warden in Logan Lucky and the warden in Shawshank aren't necessarily I mean, they are very much different styles of characters and whatnot, but their ideals are very similar in that they don't want anything coming out about this prison that is bad.
It's
they don't want any controversies.
It's the same character, just interpreted a different way. Interpreted
very much so. Yeah.
Interpreted.
Sorry.
I swear I know English.
English. But yeah, I won't say a whole lot more about Shawshank because those that have seen it, they get it.
Yeah.
And those that should see it should go see it. But yeah, in terms of like cinema movie, I reference the Image, absolute cinema.
Indeed. Well, that brings us on to almost done. What is the runner-up for Jacob?
The runner-up for little old me is, believe it or not, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
Can you believe it? I know it's...
I actually can, yeah.
The amount of Mario games and time I've spent playing Mario video games in my life is too much to count. And the fact that there was this big budget movie for Mario and the casting is pretty hilarious in retrospect. I mean, like it seems like they picked the meanest possible characters in the they could think of. But I think it stays relatively faithful. I mean, of course, there's not going to be like the super nerdy stuff in me. Is like, this is like not accurate or low accurate or whatever.
Right.
But I think it does have a lot of good references to other games in the other Mario games, and then references to like a couple of things, and then post-credit scene which kind of alludes to a new movie eventually of Mario coming out. So I think like just you can't. I think it's hard to go wrong with Mario in general, and I was definitely a Nintendo guy as a kid. So just seeing the movie even as like an adult kind of made me just feel some very big happiness that it was a thing, and then I got to see it.
That's such a based pick. I can't even lie. That's such a good pick. The amount of Easter eggs and everything they have in the background of that movie too.
They have a lot. They have a whole bunch.
Incredible. Like you watch a scene and obviously there's the story playing out in front of you, but then, you either spot something or like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but they had Charles Martinet.
Yeah, as a guest voice.
He was like the dad,
the guest voice of the guy.
Well, he was like
the guy in the diner.
This guy in the diner.
Yeah.
Like had like two. I think he had that one line there, and then one line at the end of the movie as well. Not a huge role. I wish it was a bigger role, but
yeah.
Also, it's sad that he's not voicing him anymore.
Yeah, that's end of an era for sure.
Definitely.
But I'll tell you what, every time I think about the Mario movie, it makes me more and more upset that they're going live action for the Zelda movie.
Yeah.
I hate every fiber of that. I don't care who they cast. I don't care how good it ends up being, because it probably will be good.
It will probably be good. Well,
I hate the fact that they're going live action. It just doesn't make sense to me at all.
Oh, they need to make the movie like the Mario movie, but just Zelda theme. Like just make it the same way they would a Mario movie. Please.
They just need to do it like the old Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Oh,
well, I don't know about that.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Excuse me, princess.
Excuse me.
Oh
princess.
boy, smooching time.
All right. Anyways.
Oh, what an era.
But yeah, if myself and I'd imagine hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people have headcanoned that they are eventually going towards some sort of Smash Bros. Movie.
They've got to.
Oh, bro, that'll be amazing.
So you have animated Mario and then live action Zelda.
I mean, you could realistically do some kind of like Who Framed Robert. Help me out here.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Thank you very much.
You could, yeah.
The brain stopped working halfway through that sentence.
It'd be like that.
It do be like that.
It's been a long week. And it's only Monday.
Me. Yeah, dead serious.
Of course, I worked through the weekend, but you know.
Ah, well, you know, so did I. Yeah, good movie.
Good movie. I'll tell you what, the Rainbow Road scene.
That's pretty cool.
I was smiling ear to ear during that entire thing. Yeah, that's a W pick. Man, I need to watch that movie again now.
Indeed. Before I give my number 2, fast forward through this if you don't want to listen to us talk about wrestling. Do you guys want to do instant reactions to the 4 matches that were announced on Raw while we were recording this podcast for SummerSlam?
I mean, I'm going to watch Raw after this, so I don't know if I do.
Oh, well then never mind. Don't fast forward through the podcast. Stay here. Because you know what my number 2 pick is? And, okay. I'm gonna preface this by saying that I am completely shocked by what transpired about 20 minutes ago when we started talking about all this, and I called an audible and switched my number 1 and 2.
Oh, really?
I did.
Okay.
I'm completely shocked.
Interesting.
Because my now number 2 is, in no particular order, Star Wars brackets General.
Oh.
Really, probably the original trilogy. Can't decide which one, but there is a very large nostalgia factor for me for Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith is an amazing cinematic experience, as we've seen since we saw it in theaters not too long ago. And as I've grown older, I've gotten an appreciation for the Phantom Menace. Is part of that due to the Darth Plagueis novel that adds a lot of context to the political ramifications of that movie? Perhaps. But I have grown.
Good man, I'm taking that.
Do what?
I love Phantom Menace, so I appreciate when
I like
grows affection for it.
Exactly. No, I mean, I think it is. I understand why people don't like it. I understand the hate toward Jar Jar Binks as a character, not toward the actor who portrayed Jar Jar Binks.
Never.
I think it is. I've always said that the prequels were a really good story, but executed kind of weirdly, and that the sequel trilogy is a kind of bad story executed greatly. You know what I mean? So when you stop and you look at the story of the Phantom Menace and you don't, I don't think you get it on the first go, which is hard because it's a 2.5 hour movie of people in robes walking around. Let's be real here. Until the
cool spiky guy at the end.
Right, until the end. But I enjoy it. That being said, I don't think it's the best Star Wars movie. I do think that is either the original Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back. But
okay,
I couldn't make a decision as to which one to put, so I am just lumping the whole thing together. Star Wars is a massive part of my childhood. It is a massive part of my life and tastes and all of that fun stuff. So it would be remiss if I did not put it on the list. That being said, the audible that was called surprised me. And that is just a tease for my number one pick.
Okay.
Very curious.
A little tease.
Oh, wait, I know what Isaac's number one pick is. Anyway.
I think you know what both of these are. But
I think I can guess. But
yeah,
first we got to get to your number two.
we do have to get to my number two. And we have actually already talked about it. My number two of all time is Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. One of us.
One of us. I will never, ever, ever, and I mean this with the whole of my heart, I don't care what comes out in the next however long my life lasts from now, there will never be a theater experience like my theater experience with Avengers Endgame.
I completely agree.
I mean,
I wasn't even
especially, I wasn't either. So, little tangent here, a little story time, if you will. This came out during my senior year of high school. And so, you know how schools always organize a senior skip day and, you know, all the seniors don't come to school on that day. Well,
Yeah.
our senior skip day was the week after Avengers Endgame came out.
Oh.
So I negotiated with my mom. I was like, hey, Mom, so hear me out. I'll go to school on senior skip day if you let me skip today to go see Avengers. And so myself and one of my friends from high school went to an 11 o'clock showing on that Friday of Avengers Endgame and skipped school the entire day because I will tell you what, I was not going to school that day to potentially hear spoilers for the biggest movie of my entire life.
The biggest movie, I would argue, of our generation.
Oh, easily, yeah. But I'll tell you what. So this was the movie I saw the most times in theaters. For sure. It's not close. I saw it 6 times in the theater.
Moses.
Yeah. 4 during its original release, and then 2 when they re-released it with the Stan Lee tribute and the extra stuff that they added with the whatever else they added. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
My point is, I love this movie to death, and you know, we talked about it being a perfect culmination of the Infinity Saga, which really was basically my entire childhood, early teen, late teen, you know, prime child years. And so that was my entire life. And when they went back in time to these specific moments, and I think back to when they go back to New York for the first time, and they play that exact same sequence with the Chitauri on the building and the big 6 just chilling in the, you know, they do the pan around exactly like they did in the first Avengers movie, which, you know, is a very big nostalgia favorite for mine as well. That, I can't express enough how much I love every part of this movie, even if I do think they could have shaved a few minutes off, because sometimes it does feel a little long.
Right.
But everything from, you know, we talked about it already, but the end of Cap and Tony's story and just seeing how they capped off all the plot lines and everything. I'll say this. This is the only movie that I've ever watched where I was like genuinely sobbing.
Right. Yep.
And for a good 20 some minutes, basically during the entirety of the final battle, actually.
Right.
I had tears in my eyes because I had heard a rumor that, you know, Cap died.
Right.
So when he and Thanos were going 1v1, I was like, oh, they're going to kill Cap right now.
Oh, they're going to do it.
they're gonna kill Cap, and that's gonna be the motivation for the Avengers to be like, we have to avenge him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Cap being my favorite hero, but that's why they call it that, the Avengers. But yeah, theater experience 15 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
And
pretty high number.
Yeah, very high number.
The other thing that I'll say about it is that it's very it's very clear to me that there is not only through the MCU, and then we'll do a larger MCU retrospective later, of course, which we actually should do now. Let's do that in a couple weeks. Maybe not the next episode, but maybe the episode after, because I still need to watch a couple
SummerSlam, but we'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, we'll figure it out. If there's not only, you can tell that these filmmakers have a genuine love for the source material, but also a genuine love for the overall story and all of the products that have made it up, down to the little thing, the little character touches with Cap and Tony, as well as like small little things like the guy that played Howard Stark's butler in that little time travel scene was the guy that played Howard Stark's butler in the Agent Carter TV show that nobody talks about, but is actually kind of good.
I saw season 1. It's pretty good.
Season 1 is excellent. Season 2, it's good, but it ties directly into season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they left it on a cliffhanger. So do what you will with that information. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a good show. Watch it, maybe, if you have time. It's network television, so it's like 23 episodes an hour each. So, you know, good luck getting through that in a weekend.
Right, no kidding.
Anyway.
Yeah, Endgame, even though I think maybe you could argue that Infinity War is objectively better.
Right.
Endgame is, from the point of it being a finale, and for the point of it being, you know, that was what, 10, 11 years in the making?
Yes, exactly.
11, I think.
Yeah.
All leading up to that movie, and for it to deliver.
And that was the thing. It was like, what if it's bad? Can't possibly be bad. No, what if it's bad? Like, I mean, we saw that
slight hesitation.
We saw that not 6 months later with The Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
Should do
I was already down on that whole trilogy, but you know, that's not the point.
Right, but I think there were some of us, and we should really do a retrospective on Star Wars too at some point. When we get Jacob to watch the sequel trilogy, if we really want to subject him to that.
Can he handle it though?
Look, here's the thing. Anybody can handle trash. It's just the size of the bucket that you got to put the trash in.
That's incredible.
That's the intro. Hang on.
Yep, clip it. Clip it and ship it.
Where's my sticky notes? That's it. But like, Rise of Skywalker dropped the ball. They tried to do I feel like they tried to do something similar with the Jedi thing, and it just didn't work. Anyway, we'll talk about it eventually. We're not sitting here talking about bad movies. We're sitting here talking about good movies. And you know what? Now we're getting ready to talk about our best movies, and we're going to let Jacob go first. Jacob, what's the number one pick for you?
So number one, it's I would say, very popular movie, and one that some people do not care for. It's The Godfather. It's the number one on this list, and I am not on Peter Griffin's side. I did care for The Godfather.
It insists upon itself.
It does not insist upon itself. It
I've never
is
seen it.
pure, absolute cinema.
It is a good movie.
I love it very much, and specifically the first one, because it's very gifable. You can't go wrong. I mean, there's not much more really to say. I think the Godfather does insist. I mean, it does kind of insist upon itself. Actually, I'll take that back. But it does.
It's allowed to because it's that good.
It's allowed to because it's a Godfather.
Right.
I kind of want to watch it again, to be honest, because it's good. But like I'm surprised I put this as my number one, but just thinking about the impact of this movie, I think I kind of had to, just because I think putting it under another movie would be just a disgrace. Nothing against other movies, but I think it might be insulting to The Godfather itself if I didn't put it at one. So that's my number one movie. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah, that's my. I'm listening to the book right now, and it is good. It is like, it's basically the movie. I mean, the movie was based on the book.
Yes.
But my goal is to go back and watch those movies after I finish the book. Because I watched the first one and I loved it, and I got most of the way through the second one and got busy and forgot to watch the rest of it. So,
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Life happens.
That's life.
It does. No, that's life. That's life. That's what all the people say.
Well, speaking of, I don't know where I was going with that. My number one, and like I say, it surprised me, but the more that I think about it, the more I feel like I could sit down and watch this movie any day of the week and be entertained and get something out of it. That would be The Princess Bride.
Ooh.
It is.
Oh, that's inconceivable.
It is.
Throw that one in my honorable mentions.
It is just. It's witty. It's action-packed. It's got all the heart you could possibly want. Not only in the story itself, but in the relationship of the grandfather and the grandson. I would argue. Might be a pretentious take, but whatever. But it's got everything that you could possibly want out of a movie. I think it is. I would argue it is the perfect movie. Even when it's imperfect. Even when it's imperfect. Even when you're poking holes in stuff. Doesn't matter. It's a fantasy world. Anything can happen. The Magic Man is talking about a mutton-lettuce tomato sandwich. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This is another movie that gets quoted in the household all the time. Only Mostly Dead, things like that. I agree with Billy Crystal's character's take on tomatoes. It's got to be just right. That whole scene is like amazing, especially when you
so good.
And it's insane. If you really, one thing I'll say, if you enjoy The Princess Bride, Cary Elwes, the guy that played Wesley, wrote a book about some of the stuff that they did while they were making it. And one of the things that you learn in that book is that entire scene with him being mostly dead was entirely improvised by Billy Crystal. The whole thing.
No kidding.
The whole, like, there were bullet points, but all of it was in. It was kind of like a Robin Williams type of thing where it's like he's improvising so much that they can't keep it all, and it's like, but just the fact that, like, it's this little tiny movie in the grand scheme of like budget and the quality of the film in terms of the actual film and the sets and all of this. It's a small movie, but it says a lot and it does a lot and it's really good. Got a lot of heart, got a lot of soul, got a lot of funniness. It's everything I want in a movie. That's why it's my number one.
Yeah, that's such a good pick.
It's a great pick.
I genuinely might watch it after we get off here.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, I'm going to sleep, but, I'll watch it while I go to sleep.
Maybe tomorrow or something.
Yeah, who's got time for that?
That's true. That is true.
Ain't nobody got time, but hey.
Wow, what a good pick.
Well, thank you.
Now I'm thinking about that movie gonna be thinking about that movie all night. Great.
Yeah, I know, because I surprised myself when I swapped, because Star Wars was number one, but swapping those two, I was just like, wow. I was impressed, but at the end of the day, I think if you said, we're going to watch a movie, do you want to watch The Princess Bride or do you want to watch Star Wars? I think I would pick The Princess Bride. Maybe it depends on who I'm with. But I don't know. Love the movie, though.
Great movie.
And yes, Carrie Elwes's book on the making of the... Sorry to interrupt. His book on the making of the movie is also very good, if you're into that sort of thing. There's a really funny story about Andre the Giant. That's all I'm going to say.
When is there not a funny story about Andre the Giant?
Dead serious. When is there not a funny story about Andre the Giant? Just Google some Andre the Giant stories. Maybe don't if you're of a particular age. Anyway.
Yeah,
If you're under 16, maybe don't. Maybe older than that. Anyway.
Maybe older than that.
Maybe older than that.
Yeah.
Well, to segue Andre the Giant and his stories.
Yep.
I've got my number one pick here.
This is the last one?
This is the last pick.
The end of the list. Let's end on a high note. Isaac, what is your number one pick?
So the last movie to be discussed in the podcast, or at least for the list, my number one pick, we've talked about it a little bit already, Star Wars Episode, drumroll, 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Hey, I knew it.
All right.
What a phenomenal
I've talked,
movie.
It's so good. And seeing it in theaters this past, that was, 3 months ago, call it, roughly?
I don't even know. Maybe.
Give or take.
Something like that.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Work.
Time
Right.
flies when you run a podcast.
Yeah, there's that too.
That too.
When you're on a podcast schedule. But, seeing that in the theater, because I was just a little bit too young to see it in the theater when it first came out.
Right.
It was kind of cathartic. But, I was sitting there and I was like, wow, I'm seeing my favorite movie of all time on the big screen.
Yeah.
And so that was awesome. And, could talk about that experience all day. But we're here to talk about the movie in general, not just a theater experience, despite what I talked about with Avengers Endgame.
I will say real quick, on the theater experience though, it really did feel like the culmination of a fandom. Because
absolutely.
I had never seen that movie on the big screen, and for years I grew up with like Clone Wars and stuff. That was basically the events leading up to that. And so it did feel very cathartic to sit and watch the conclusion of that on the big screen. So anyway.
For sure. And I'm glad that you brought up Clone Wars, because I think the movie by itself is still fantastic.
Absolutely.
And it's an incredible watch. But after you've seen Clone Wars and you've grown with some of these characters, and especially Order 66. That scene hits so much crazier.
It does.
Once you've seen Clone Wars, because you grow and
go ahead. Sorry.
You experience those characters. Like, you experience several episodes of Plo Koon. There's episodes with Ayla Sakura. There's episodes with Ki-Adi-Mundi. There's episodes with whoever else died in Order 66.
All in like the first 2 seasons, by the way.
All in like, yeah. And so you have those experiences with these characters, so it makes every story beat in Revenge of the Sith hit so much harder. But I think you and I I've at least said this to you before, Garrett. I think from a filmmaking standpoint, I think Empire is the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
However, looking at it from just hey, this is a Star Wars movie.
Yes.
I'm taking Revenge of the Sith easily.
Yeah. Empire is the best movie in Star Wars, but Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah. It's got all the action you could ever want. I mean, you just think back to the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and it's incredible. I know some people are like, oh, it's way too choreographed, but you got to think these are 2 Jedi at the very height of their power. They're gonna be, and they're, master or apprentice. They know each other
inside and out.
They're gonna have the most insane duel you've ever seen.
Exactly.
Absolutely, yeah.
But then you just have the aura of General Grievous. You see just how powerful Palpatine was as well, because like you get a little taste of it in Return of the Jedi, but you see just what Palpatine can do. Like, he beats Yoda, who's mythical, like, he is the Jedi of all Jedis. You're like, this is the most powerful being in the galaxy, which that doesn't mean Palpatine is, because there's more powerful beings in that galaxy, depending on what books you read.
Yeah.
But the point is that you see so much of these characters and see just how compelling and how strong, and I love Revenge of the Sith so much.
It's such a good movie.
So good. I could watch it. I think I genuinely could watch it every day for like a month straight. Because I saw it multiple times while it was in theaters. We went once, I saw it with my family.
Oh, yeah.
Easily could have gone another 2 or 3 times. But yeah, Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie of all time, and I wanted to say it's not close, but it is, because Endgame's amazing, but
right.
Everything else, it clears everything else.
Absolute cinema.
Indeed. Well, gentlemen, that concludes our top 5s, which means only one thing. It's time for the game.
The game, you say, huh? Okay, so on the tyranny of Heel Isaac, we have to see him get dethroned during this game.
Not a chance.
We'll see. So since it's a movie-based episode, it's not exactly the same as. Have you guys ever heard of the box office game on that website?
No.
Oh, I think maybe.
So it's not really like that. It's similar to it, but it's much less in depth than that. But I kind of had the idea, and it kind of flopped because it's hard to keep track of a lot of variables. So I kind of went with a little more dumbed down version.
Fair enough. I'll take that.
The way that it goes is I'm gonna do 5 movies, just so we don't have a tie. 5 different movies, and I will introduce something every 5 or 10-ish seconds. Let it simmer for a bit. It'll be a new paragraph each time of about the movie, and whoever guessed it first will get the point in that case. Let me think here. And each of the 4 pieces of information, I actually randomized them and put them in. They're in a random order, so it won't be the same for each one. So it won't have a set theme. There'll be different things that will identify the movie. So it won't always be. It won't always be the actors in the slot or something like that. It could be something else, or maybe no actors at all, just different statistics. So a little bit of a curveball this time around. Okay.
I'm here for it.
All
Okay.
right. Isaac,
Now, and I think
belt. You've brought
my
hard
plan
times
is
on my family, baby.
my plan is for you guys
family.
to use.
Sorry.
My plan is for you to use your. You can use your buzzers, like you're on the Discord buzzer.
Oh yeah.
Just so that's like I'll let you guess first, and I won't put a penalty for getting it wrong, but I will give you after that I will give another extra like 5-ish seconds to see if the other person wants to ring in, and then I'll review the next piece of info, and then until we get it after the 4. Hopefully we'll get it after 4. If not, I will come up with another hint for the movie.
Sweet. Real quick.
Right.
Just on the fly admin. Isaac, test your buzzer. Isaac. All right, I'm going to test mine. Garrett. Perfect. All right.
Okay. All right. You guys ready to go?
Let's do this.
Yes. Garrett. Oh.
Okay. Hopefully it's just not a flop. Let's see here. Okay, so movie number 1. You guys can still see it. Just make sure because it doesn't show on my thing.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Movie number 1. So this one, let's see here what I got. All right, this one's a tagline. One man's struggle to take it easy is the tagline for the movie. I'll give you a little time to simmer there.
Ooh.
That sounds...
This is the genre. It's a comedy movie.
Garrett.
All right, Garrett, what do you think?
Is this The Big Lebowski?
It is not The Big Lebowski.
Oh, I like that pick, though.
But I do like that guess. That is a good guess. Right. All right. Here's some actors: Matthew Broderick, Mia Sara, and Alan Ruck.
I'm out, right?
No, you can keep guessing if you know.
Garrett.
All right, Garrett, what do you think?
Is it Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
It is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That's a good...
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to put the posters for the movie, but it would not work for some reason, so I had to go with the name.
Using
which is sad because I had some funny ideas.
Oh yeah. Are you using Google Slides?
I am. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
They don't like that.
No, they don't like anything on Google Slides.
Yeah. All right. So movie number 2. Are we ready to move on to the next one?
Yep.
Got tally. So Garrett's got 1.
You got me that time, but it's not going to be that easy.
All right. It's movie number 2. Here are some actors: John Goodman, Billy Crystal, Steve Buscemi.
Oh.
It's a cool last name, Buscemi.
Oh, that's a great name.
Oh. Garrett.
All right, Garrett.
Monsters, Inc.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
Monsters, Inc. is correct. Monsters, Inc. Good call. Good call.
Billy Crystal and John Goodman is such just a... It's never happened again, right? So I'm like, there's 2 voices there, and they're two very distinct voices, and then you throw Steve Buscemi in the mix. You know what I mean?
Hey, they're distinct voices. I won't lie. You're right on that for sure. All right, moving on to movie 3. If we're all ready to go.
Yep.
Okay. So let's see. What do we have first for movie 3? Actors: Seth MacFarlane, Mila Kunis, Mark Wahlberg.
How do the points work with this game, by the way? Is it based on how many the
I just did one if you get it right.
Okay.
So that's just how I did it. Right. It's a raunchy comedy movie. Isaac. All right.
Long shot. Is this Ted?
Yes, it is Ted.
Okay.
It would be Ted.
I didn't mean to do that.
However, it's a good timing for that.
Ted is a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Specifically, any Ted. Really. I would have given you if you said Ted 2. So, all right, Garrett 1, Isaac 2. Or wait, reverse that. Garrett 2, Isaac 1. The heel turn is crazy.
Wait a second.
I'm going against you too.
He's corrupted
crazy.
the official.
Oh yeah.
Well, if I lose, I know what I'm going to say.
3. Okay, movie number 4. First thing, it's a superhero movie asterisk.
Asterisk. Okay.
All right.
Isaac.
This is more of a comedy guess. Captain Underpants.
Oh, I like what you're thinking, but it is not Captain Underpants. That is a good call,
movie,
though.
by the way.
Good call. All right, so here's the money. Wait, we have a $180 budget, $282 million made at the box office.
A whole movie made with $180 or
180 million. Good movie. It was Isaac that went in?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Venom?
Yes. It is not Venom.
Man.
Fortunately.
It's the colon that's throwing me here.
Right.
It's a weird one.
That's why I was thinking Venom, because like Venom's not a good guy, but he's
Right. David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, Sebastian Stan.
Garrett. Isaac.
dang it.
Garrett.
Is it Thunderbolts?
It is Thunderbolts.
Hey.
That's why I put
Dang it.
superhero movie asterisk on there. But
You know, I was thinking of that, but then I was like, is it like a superhero movie parody? Like, are we talking about like Superbad or something like that, which I've never seen,
Right.
but is on the list? Or like,
right.
is that the superhero movie I'm thinking of? Is that a superhero movie? Or am I completely wrong?
I think.
Which one?
Which one am I thinking about? Hang on. No, that is not a superhero movie. That is the wrong
it's
movie.
not.
That is not what I was thinking about.
I know which
What
one
movie-
you're talking about, though,
what movie
but I
is
can't
it?
think of the name.
Is it a superhero movie? Is that the name of that movie?
Like scary movie or something like that?
Oh, Kick-Ass.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, we got one more movie. Final movie. We ready to go?
Indeed.
Okay. All right. It had $100 million budget, and I kind of was insane. It was 1.361 billion made the box office, which is wild, by the way. That's nuts. Garrett?
Avatar.
Great guess. I think you were close, but it is not Avatar.
Avatar's
It
expensive.
did make a lot of money. Did make a lot of more $1 billion, though. I will say that. Right. It's a 92-minute runtime.
Moses. Okay.
Definitely not Avatar.
Oh,
Yeah. Garrett.
Titanic?
It is not Titanic. I like what you're. That's a good guess though, but not Titanic.
I thought that was on the list of like highest grossing, wasn't it? Or am I insane?
It definitely's got to
so.
be up there, no, for sure. It came out April 5th, 2023.
Oh my god. No.
Well, it's not Transformers 1,
No, that's a shame.
which is a shame
Going
because that's
back
a
in
good
time
movie.
That's what-
to put Transformers back on the menu,
April 20.
and
What's going on in April of 2023?
has Chris Pratt, Keegan-Michael Key, and Jack Black in it.
Isaac.
Isaac.
Would that happen to be the Super Mario Brothers movie?
It's a Super Mario Brothers movie. Indeed, it is, and that made a lot of money. Wow.
That did
It
make
did.
a lot of
I
money.
didn't think it was that cheap. Or
I was going to
cheap
say,
make.
I was surprised that it was that cheap.
Yeah, it's could be bigger the budget than that, but it made a whole bunch of money at the box office. And that puts you, all right, that makes our final tally Garrett 3 and Isaac 2, which means the heel turn has fallen. We have a new
Collusion
champion. There was no collusion, I swear.
Collusion, cheating. He looked up movies.
Well, not on my part, at least. Not a collusion on my part. I don't know, but it's a well-fought battle. And I still can't wrap my head around the fact that the Super Mario Bros. Movie made that much money.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense that it made that much money, but the budget being that low was like, that was surprising to me.
It is surprising, honestly.
Because the animation is pretty like crisp, you know.
It's really they really. I mean, I think it would cost more than that. When I looked it up, I was surprised by that, but it's good to see that it did well, and hopefully hopefully the new one will be just as good.
Here's hoping.
My name is Rhea Bloody Ripley, and I'm coming back for my title that I never lost.
Oh, great. That was actually a pretty decent impression, by the way.
Well, of course, that's all she says.
Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Nothing against the performers, just things against the booking.
Not.
That brings us to the end of this very podcast. Which is probably one of the shorter podcasts we've done, but deservedly so. Well, what is that?
That's what we thought about a couple of the other ones.
Yeah, true. But we're experimenting with the format. We're going to try not to talk about wrestling a whole lot on these podcasts. Maybe.
Except for
ignore the fact. Ignore the SummerSlam.
I was going to say, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about SummerSlam, so, bear with us there. Is that the next episode?
No, that is the one following.
That is the one following.
If our scheduling is proper. Which we'll actually see on that one, I'm not sure.
I think it is. Because SummerSlam is, the 20...
That's second and third.
Oh. Yes, okay. So second and third, and then we record on the 10th. So there you go.
Yeah.
We will talk about that. You will hear it in your ear holes on the 15th. And it'll be fun. But we don't know what we're going to do next time, which is completely fine. We'll make it up, just like we'll
figure it out.
It'll be a pleasant surprise, we'll call it.
Maybe we do our MCU retrospective.
I think there's no better time because I'd imagine we'll have seen Superman and Fantastic by then.
Oh,
for
that's
sure
true.
We'll have seen Fantastic Four. So why not go out and make it a superhero episode?
Oh. Next time on the DisplayShelf Podcast, we're having a superhero episode. We're going to talk about superheroes. And the MCU and the latest releases from both Marvel and DC. And we're gonna maybe if we go and see Superman, which I'd like to. Maybe
I'm down.
I'm down. Let's do it.
We'll figure out plans for sometime this week.
Indeed.
Yeah, let's do it. Anyway, but in the meantime, you and your mother, never mind. You like this video, like this podcast, subscribe, especially if you've gotten this far. Subscribe on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on the Twitter at
DisplayShelf Pod,
and follow us on the Instagrams at
DisplayShelf Podcast, which keep your eyes on, although it may already have come out. It depends on my schedule. I've got a reel in the works for us over on the Instagrams.
Oh, we're doing reels now. That's exciting.
I'm going to start maybe posting some clips and some reels and some other stuff besides just
we're gonna have to start doing video podcasts.
We might. We've been discussing it. We'll see.
Oh. All right. Yes, if you like what you hear, please come back. We do this for fun. So hope you're having fun too.
Having a great time, thank you.
I'm having a ball. I'm a little tired.
I'm having the best time.
That being said, thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.
Peace out. Don't forget to try Sprite tea.
Ooh. And don't forget to listen to episode 2, especially if you like the format of this episode.
Okay, genuinely though, Dr. Pepper Blackberry's pretty all right.
Oh, Drinks Podcast?
Oh, we could do that next time too.
You could.
Buy all the drinks from Walmart.
Find out in the next episode of the DisplayShelf Podcast.
Only one way to find out what we decide to do. That's to follow along. Anyway, goodbye.